Hail to thee, my kindred. I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and night, wherever and whenever you are. I am existing. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit dead inside. Just a teeny tiny bit, minuscule amount of dead inside. Let me put the fish away for this one. El Pescado needs to not be here for just this one stream, or at least, where did I put his existence? Here it is. Boop. Okay, he's gone for now. He will return, but I just want to chill. I just want to make sure things are readable on the screen, witnessable. I might make myself a little bit smaller, not the fish, I know. Well, he'll come back, I promise. El Pescado will always return. He's never too far away, whether I want him to be or not. But hello, hi. We're doing a little visual novel because it's been a little while since I've done one, and I kind of forget that I do those sometimes. Visual novels, yay, They make me happy. They're cute, and I like nom nom nami stuff. I always have. And I haven't done this one on stream anyways. Well, neither have I done it off stream. How am I doing today? I slept a lot. I did sleep a lot. And then when I woke up, I was told to make a pizza. And so that's still cooking, despite the cheese and whatnot already being melted. The actual pizza part of the pizza is still not cooked. So I do have an alarm clock on my freaking majiggy, my phone, that's what it's called. On my phone. So that's, I'm probably gonna get up in 15 minutes from now to check on that pizza, because I'm hungry as fuck right now. I'm hungry. I've not eaten since yesterday. And I woke up an hour ago, so technically I woke up at 11, and then I was like, nah, I'll keep sleeping. And now it's, stream time. Which is 4, I can't do math, more hours later. I hope you're doing alright, Kenzo. I hope more folks pop around. I might need to make myself smaller. I'm not sure how big the text box is gonna be, nor how much I will block. You're sick? No. That's unfortunate. I hate being sick, and I hope that you get well soon. I really do. Especially if it's a tummy ache or something. Even if it's just a headache. Headaches suck too. Everything sucks when you're sick. Did you take some medicine? I hope you took some medicine. I hope you're, hydrated and all that good stuff. And hopefully you'll enjoy this little game, It's apparently only takes around 2 hours to finish, supposedly, but knowing me and my reading speed, it's gonna take a little bit longer. Just a teeny tiny bit. My nose. I didn't bleed today for my nose, which is good. I only bled a little. Okay, that's a lie. So I did bleed. Yeah, I guess. Start. Hello and welcome to the deliciously romantic tale of my first love. Periwinkle is this man's name. Periwinkle. Let me see how much I block of the screen. Okay, I'll shrink myself this much. I am even tinier on the screen now. Yippee. Periwinkle? Yes, this fellow's name is Periwinkle. There's just one thing before we begin. I grant you the power to choose my accessories at various points in the story. Ooh, nice. I'm being very gracious to offer such a thing. If you use it, you had better make me look as adorable as possible. And his first love, yes. This is not the first game he appears in. He technically appears in another game that I haven't played from Nom Nom. But the other fellow is from a game I have played before. I forgot the name and I forgot both the game's name and his name, so we'll figure it out when we get there. This little feature has no effect on the story otherwise. It's simply for your entertainment, should you wish for it. Why Periwinkle? Because he's a witch. Would you like to enable the dress-up feature? Yes! Then without further ado, let's get ready for our first date with Pastel. That's his name, Pastel. Like pastel, but pastille. Earrings? Oh, we get to pick earrings. Light earrings, dark earrings, white ribbons, blue ribbons. A flower crown. A royal crown. Okay, but any other name could have been chosen for a witch. Periwinkle. Yeah, you'll know that if I mean Nom Nom's names for the characters are always very like cutesy and whatnot. I mean, the main game that they're making, which is Lonely Wolf Treat, is literally about a wolf named Treat. So that gives you, a general idea of how the naming conventions for the characters go. A wolf named Treat, exactly. Kind of do like the cat ears. That's kind of cute. Hold on. Is this a choker? Okay. White ribbons are pretty good. White ribbons, and let's see here. Suddenly, periwinkle seems normal. uh, maybe. Blue flowers. Pretty sparkles. You know what? I'm gonna go with the pretty sparkles because why not? Boom. Chapter 1, First Date. Today I meet a boy at a candy shop. The moment I saw him, I just knew I couldn't leave without flirting a little. He was so delightfully flustered, which of course only made him that much cuter. When I told him to meet me here, he could only manage to nod in response. Oh, and he is gay. Well, I did say there was another boy, didn't I? So cute. My favorite type of to pursue. There he is now. It's literally in the title. Yes. Pastel. Oh, he's got gloves on. That's cute. I forget that he becomes a witch technically, or like, I mean, yeah, he is a witch, but like he's always been a witch, but like he never. So a little bit of backstory. In your defense, you didn't read it. You know what? Fair. That's an interesting thing to do, not reading the title of a stream and just going into it. Some background. He works at a candy shop, and because I don't think they're gonna mention this, he's technically a pretty powerful witch, but he didn't show off his power for a very long time in the last game, up until like near the end of the game in which he was in. He owns a candy shop. Technically, no, he just works there. The owner is another person. I forgot her name, but she doesn't do magic. She makes her candies. In this world, everything is like magic, right? But like she insists on not making her candies with magic, which is why the shop is like very popular. You don't trust candy shop owners? Okay, he works at the candy shop. Yeah, he works at the candy shop. He's a good fellow. You don't trust the workers either, though. Well, would you trust them if I told you that one of them was made of candy and was created by Pastel so that his friend could have more friends? It's a cute game. Trust me, the other game, it's a cute game. They affiliate with the owners. Why don't you trust candy shop owners? They're just candy shop owners in a magical world. Hey, I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. Pastel, look at you. And here I thought you looked plenty good in that uniform. My heart was unprepared. Sorry, is this too much? I can change. But I haven't even fully seen what's under that cloak of yours. It'd be such a waste to change prematurely. Right. Forget it then. I don't know whether to give them voices or not, or just read like normal. I think I just naturally do try to give people voices, even if they don't sound too different. Besides, it'll be my pleasure to unwrap you later on, my sweet. I don't know how to make flustered sounds, so forgive me. We're just gonna have to go with me going ah. Now, shall we head to dinner? Okay, lead the way. I truly didn't expect it. Why did I read it like that? I truly didn't expect it. He definitely seemed the type to have a more modest sense of style. Thigh highs with such a short skirt. Or was it a dress? I only briefly glimpsed it. I'm quite looking forward to seeing more tonight. No. Hopefully they don't show more tonight, because I mean it's on Twitch, so technically I shouldn't be in any trouble. It shouldn't be that type of game. And I know Num Num technically has like one or two of those. Technically. So the restaurant I decided on is one in my usual rotation, good for a quiet, comfortable evening. For a variety of dates, you must have a variety of locations in mind. Tonight's mood is romantic rendezvous. Romantic rendezvous. Romantique. I guess we're learning about how to date people. I've never dated a person in my life, so I guess I'm learning a thing or two. It's a little high end, though not overtly so. Just enough to make the night feel special. What is a rendezvous? That's a French word. It means kind of like a getaway, a place to meet up at. That's technically I think what the word means. It's like the place to meet at or something like that. You have had many partners, some more regrettable than others. I'm sorry to hear that, but that is experience in life, right? That is something everyone supposedly goes through. Hopefully they weren't too regrettable, even if they were regrettable. Pastel slides into the booth, following Periwinkle's lead. One hand holds his mantle in place, while the other brushes his bangs aside anxiously. Is this your first time? Huh? Coming here, I mean. What did you think I was asking? No, nothing. I've never been here before. It seems fancy. I'm a fan of the atmosphere. The food isn't bad either. Now, let's get a few formalities out of the way, shall we? First and foremost, your pronouns. Oh, I just used he, him. What about you? The same, though I don't necessarily mind being called by others, especially considering my presentation. Understandable. Next, expectations. I consider clarity in this regard to be a part of ensuring we both enjoy ourselves to the fullest. God, what? I just ran out of breath halfway through that sentence. I do this sort of thing often, you see. As such, I have a couple of ground rules to establish. Sure, I'm actually glad you brought it up. Periwinkle seems so pretty straightforward. No? I'm not looking for anything serious. In fact, I kind of prefer when it's just a one-night thing. We're on the very same page then. To the point, exactly. Not that I mind if, we end up wanting to do this again some other time. That's quite likely for me in this case. Wait, I just saw him drooling. You wish more people were like this? True. I mean, I say true, but I don't date. If I did go, I don't even know how I would go about, about pursuing somebody. I feel like I'd be too damn shy, bro. I'd be too scared. I'm a little scaredy cat. Although you can't really talk, you still wish. Certainly, I'm open to that as well. Did you have any other ground rules? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Are you nervous? Yes. You can tell me to stop. You can tell me to stop if you're feeling too overwhelmed. That's the other rule. Question mark? I like feeling overwhelmed to an extent. I had assumed as much, but to hear you admit it outright, Pastille. In that case, I'll do my very best to overwhelm you, my sweet. It's so cute. I love it. I love it. Yes, this was shaping up to be a wonderful night indeed. The waiter came to take our order. I went first to give my sweet date a chance to compose himself. With our food ordered, Pastille finally drops his mantle to reveal... Oh my, so it was a cute little dress after all. Oh, and here I thought you were saving the surprise for after dinner. Sorry, I started feeling awkward with the extra layer. I like how the, on the, what do you call it? The little choker, it's like a little gumdrop candy type of thing. That's cute. Bro cannot help but like associate with the candy store at least a little bit. Don't apologize. My only lament is not getting to take it off myself. uh, you'll save the last few. You'll save the last few layers for me, won't you? Mm-hmm. Those candy store people. You and what is it with your discrimination against the candy store people? They just work at a candy store. I'm gonna need to hear this story someday of your distrust for candy people. Or at least candy store people. Maybe not candy people. I feel like you would be chill with candy people. There's canonically one candy person in this world, and there might be more. But as far as I know, there's only one. They're not to be trusted. You said that before, but you never explained why. And that's all that matters then. I'm having the time of my life, and by the looks of it, so is Pastille. And I live to tease cute witch boys. How fortunate that I came across the sweetest one today. Our food arrives before Pastille is able to recover. He can't even look the waiter in the eye. How adorable. Now I mustn't overindulge before we've even eaten our meal. There will be plenty of time after dessert. Pastille takes a few bites of his food before speaking up. So, Periwinkle, what do you do for a living? Besides tease you until you're barely able to speak? Yes, besides that. My line of work, then? I suppose I can tell you. Odd living, but you go, Periwinkle. I'm an arrow magician. I specialize in creating pleasant scents. Oh, a perfumer, as they call them. Periwinkle tugs his wand out from his sleeve and lightly taps the candle on the table. A small burst, the atmosphere shifts around the pair. The candle's original aroma is quickly forgotten as it's replaced by something new and cozier. Oh, that is nice. What smell is that? I'm no good at pinpointing stuff like this. Vanilla. I thought it suited you, although I'm starting to think a more lustful scent might have been a better fit. What does that even mean? Just that you've done nothing but exceed my expectations. I'm not doing anything. Pastille retreats behind his glass of water, overwhelmed by embarrassment once again. I did say I'd go a little easier on him, didn't I? Nah, he's just too irresistible. Periwinkle is just like, I'm taking you to bed. Anywho, I bottle and sell scents like this one. It's fairly lucrative work once you build a reputation for yourself. I feel like that's, that makes sense for like most businesses that are, I guess, niche businesses. Niche? Yeah, niche. That's the word I'm looking for. Sounds fulfilling. What about you, Pastille? What kind of magic do you specialize in? Oh, I had mostly been living without magic until recently. Without magic? I can't imagine. It's not that bad. I mean, humans do it, so why not? Right, there's also a distinction in this world between humans and witches, and also, like, there's animal people, obviously. Sometimes golems, like that one candy person I talk about. I suppose that's true. I very directly make a living off of mine, so I'd find myself in quite a bind if I wasn't able to use it. Not that I mind being bond from time to time, you know. How do you keep doing that? Every time I think we're talking about something innocent. I just can't help myself, can I? But why choose to be a dirty shop worker? I'm pretty sure it is like purely because of the one friend he has. Like his one friend he had growing up just happened to inherit a candy shop, and so he just decided to work with them. And that's how that happened. I forget exactly how the story of uh, Pastel and the candy shop owner went down. I think he literally just came into town and then was able to befriend her, and then she was like, that one gal was like, he was the one friend to that one gal, and so he just decided to stick around or something like that. I don't exactly remember. Deliberate word choice, my sweet. How would you like me to hold back a little more? No, that's okay. I was just kinda impressed. We finished up our meals and decided on sharing a slice of strawberry cheesecake for dessert. And that reminds me, I have to check on that pizza I mentioned earlier to see if it's done. So I will be. Let me read this that you just typed. Still, why was he trusting and befriending a candy shop owner? Your discrimination has been noticed. I shall ensure to never come across any candy shop owners on your behalf. I'll be right back in a few. I have returned, and I do have two slices of pizza, even though I'm a little disappointed that the top of the pizza is basically burnt. Let me take a. I'm going to be taking a couple of nibbles of this every now and again, so I hope you do not mind too much, because I'm a hungry boy. Hungry like a lion. You have soup? Nice. What kind of soup? Beef soup? Chicken soup? He made you soup? Adorable. Nice. Good. He should. Because you are sick and you need soup. Be filled with it. Lots of it. And maybe a little bit of bread. That's usually how I have my soups when I'm stricken with ailments. I'll have one slice of bread with a soup. We finished up our meals and decided on sharing a slice of strawberry cheesecake for dessert. Pastel deliberately leaves the larger bits of strawberries for me. I wonder, is it because he doesn't like them, or is he just that kind? Either way, this has quickly become my most favorite date of the past few months. Tell me more about yourself, Pastel. I'm afraid the only thing I know is that you work at the renowned Atelier Suites. Oh, there's nothing much else to know. Surely there's plenty more than just that. Any hobbies, perhaps? Cleaning, maybe? Any non-work related hobbies, dear? Sorry, I never know how to answer these types of questions. My best friend is an alchemist, so I've recently been going on little adventures to help gather ingredients for her craft. Now there's something interesting. Other than that, I honestly don't get out much. I have my hands full running the store. So diligent. Does that mean this is your first night out in a while? Yeah, I guess it is. I'm honored you were willing to share it with me then. Yeah, I don't think you would have tried this place if you hadn't brought me in. So, it's been worth it so far. Thanks, Periwinkle. The table had long been cleared, and yet our conversation continued throughout the night. This place is never too busy, which always leaves me free to linger here without the guilt of taking up any much-needed table space. The longer the date, the more satisfying the finale, and that's something I live by. Rushing straight to the climax inevitably gets a bit dull after a while. I want to enjoy this night to its fullest. Pastel, do you see the witch at the table over there? Don't be too obvious now. The one with the tall hat, you see? Ah, yeah, I see them. I brought them here about 2 weeks ago. I guess they agreed that that it made a nice date spot. I actually, the guy sitting across from them, I'm pretty sure I've been with him before. No, surely you're joking, Pastel. Shh, don't say my name so loudly. Just keep your head low, I'm sure he won't notice. Oh, he just looked this way. Ah! Only kidding. Perry. Oh, a nickname already? We're moving so fast. You're the one who's been calling me my sweet all night. Well, you are, aren't you? Whose fault is it that you share a name with Candy? Not mine. Still, do you think those two make a good couple? How should I know? Just imagine the kind of person I'd go on a date with and pair them with the other. And what kind of person is that? You, for one. Pfft, maybe they wouldn't be so good together. My, am I supposed to take offense to that? Nah, that guy was just kinda pushy. You're too much, Pastel. We eventually made our way out of the restaurant that night. It had gotten quite late already. When's the last time I stayed until closing? There was never a moment of awkward silence between us, only Pastel's embarrassed pauses, clear attempts to steer his mind away from debauchery. As we wandered back into the night air, he's the first to speak up again. You could have at least let me cover the tip. Nonsense, I'm the one who asked you out tonight. You don't have to cover a thing. In fact, I'd prefer if you didn't cover. Okay, I saw that one coming this time. You don't have to say it. Too easy, But really, it's a shame to hide such a cute outfit from the world. I don't have the confidence. Reminds me of my youth. You'll get there, my sweet. One day you'll be able to toss aside any feelings of inadequacy and wear all sorts of daring outfits with pride. No, it's not a matter of self esteem or anything. It's just, if anyone I knew saw me in this, I would die. So that's how it is, hmm? I'm being treated to a more intimate side to this witch boy right now. We walk together under the streetlights until we reach our original meeting place. Would you like me to escort you home? No, that's okay. Then, if you don't mind, my place is just down the street. Perhaps you'd like to accompany me? Oh, sorry, misclick. Yes, I mean, I wouldn't want you to have to walk alone in the dark. Such a gentleman. Periwinkles expertly slides his hand up and under Pastel's mantlet, linking arms as they go along. They walk in comfortable silence towards Periwinkle's house. I do wonder what Periwinkle's house even looks like to begin with. I'm a little curious. Well, this is this is me. I had a most lovely evening. Thank you for accompanying me to dinner tonight. I had fun too. Thanks for inviting me out. Pastel fidgets as if he has something to ask, but he can't find the words. Pastille? Periwinkle takes a step closer. Yes? He leans in, pausing for any sort of reaction. Only for Pastille's lips to come clumsily crashing forwards. He's in more of a rush than I thought. Then again, I did spend all night winding him up. Little smooch. Cute. So cute. I love this. I think I just love this a lot because of the art style. I'm gonna be honest. Nom Nom's art style is like peak cute to me. Makes my brain feel good when I look at it. Ah, Pastille, I just remembered. Since we're here, would you like to come in and sample some of my magic? I'd like that, yes. Very well then. We both knew from the beginning that he would be staying the night, of course. It's just so much more fun drawing it out like this. But if that kiss is any indication of things to come, I may have gotten a little overboard tonight. If so, we're in for quite a sleepover. Sorry about the mess. I just haven't found the time to tidy up. The door closes loudly behind them, and Pastel doesn't respond. Periwinkle turns back to face him. Pastel's back is against the door as he fumbles with his to untie his mantlet. Mantlet. Why did I say manlet? Mantle. I don't think there's any choices to make, so I don't know why there's any save spots, but you know what? That's fine. He's completely run out of patience, hasn't he? Then I'm afraid I simply have no choice but to indulge him. I shouldn't keep you waiting a second longer, should I? But I still need to change into something a little easier to take off. Looking this good comes at a price, you see. I promise you I won't keep you waiting. Okay. Periwinkle gives him another peck on the lips and leads him through the cluttered living room to his bedroom door. Chapter 2. Conjured Fragrance. I'm gonna eat now, a little break from the reading so that I can drink some water and consume a nutrition. Ah yes, my homemade pizza. I love the flavor of slightly burnt cheese and other things. At least the sauce is pretty good. I might just eat this whole slice before I start reading again, if you don't mind. It's not that big, to be fair. This bedroom certainly is cluttered, though. I guess the whole place is cluttered, considering the living room was also cluttered. Should have taken a longer look at it. I like how there's like a little headstand thing for his hat, just over there on the shelf. You're back. Welcome back, Kenzo. The first chapter ended pretty quick. I'm just eating a slice of pizza now for a little break. You're getting in something more comfortable and getting a new blanket. Ah, I see, I see. I hope you enjoy your blanket. I hope it's all fuzzy and nice and cozy. You missed the bit where Periwinkle and Pastille were about to get freaky. Drink some water before I start reading. Don't make that face. Bro, Pastille was a little wound up due to all that teasing, apparently. Okay, here we go. It took me ages to get out of bed that morning. After all, I just couldn't stop thinking about how absolutely adorable Pastille was. He scrambled out of here almost as soon as he woke up, saying he couldn't be late for work. Such a shame. Would have been nice to get one last round in. I did get a kiss goodbye, though. It's nice to feel like a housewife for a moment. But I should get to work, too. I have an order to fill, don't I? Periwinkle finally rolls out of bed and gets ready for the day. The order in question is for a nearby apothecary. One thing I've not been to a very long time. Apothecaries. Need to go to the doctors at some point in my life again. Did you know? Arrow magic like mine is actually quite good for you. It's got nothing on actual healing magic, but the calming atmosphere it creates does wonders for one's mood. This particular batch is meant to help with insomnia, which is ironic considering how late I stayed up with Pastille. Whoops, can't get distracted now. I really need to finish up these last few bottles. Periwinkle closes his eyes and draws his wand. Large drops form at its tip, falling into the empty bottle one by one. With each drip, the bottle's contents swell, and after only the fifth drop, it's completely filled. Bro has a couple of figurines. I wanted to look at the living room a little bit, just to see how exactly cluttered it was. He's got a poster, he's got a photo of, I'm assuming, himself or a family member, a couple of dolls, figurines, a globe, cat doll, I assume, a couple candles, some more boxes right behind his head, boxes there, blankets all over the damn couch. But the floor itself is not exactly, well, I guess it's a little cluttered, but I feel like as long as you got a main pathway that's not cluttered, it's basically not cluttered. Perfect. So much easier to finish these with a clear mind. I can't help it if a refreshing night out is the only way to regain my focus. Although, I probably could have gotten one of those done last night if Pastille hadn't been so impatient. No, mustn't let my mind wander too far from work now. Periwinkle fills the remaining bottles, screwing the lids on as he goes. There. Now my house is going to smell like lavender. I'd better head out before I'm lulled to sleep in my own magic. Forgot we get to accessorize them every time. Let's go with flowers. I like the light earrings and the flowers there, so boom. The apothecary is only a short walk away, but I've never managed to walk in its doors on time. Perhaps because it's so close, I always underestimate the time it takes to reach it. And I can hear the owner tapping her foot with impatience as soon as I open the door. Astragalus, I have that special order ready for you. You're late again, Periwinkle. I think there's also a game with her in it. I'm pretty sure the game with Astragalus in it is like Nom Nom's first game. I think it is. It's a short one too, so I should probably download it and play it at some point. That is a hard name to say, by the way. So, lost track of time. You'll forgive me, won't you? You are literally my only provider who has no respect for appointments. That's simply not true. I never miss a date. There's the problem. You were out getting laid again, weren't you? How vulgar. I had a very romantic evening with a very cute boy, who then ended up sleeping over. Well, you had all week to fill the order. Try getting it done in advance next time. Yes, ma'am. Now, let's see what you brought. I've worked with Astragalus for a few years now. She's completely immune to my charms. Shocking, to say the least. But it's meant we've been able to remain good friends all this time. Or, let's see. Astragalus, would you consider us to be good friends? I put up with you. But you don't put up with anyone. You must really like me. You got a favor to ask or something? Is that what you're getting at? No, I was just thinking of how to categorize our relationship. Business associate works just fine, doesn't it? Come now, surely you consider us to be closer than that. I know better than to get involved with you, Periwinkle. Why, whatever do you mean? You're too dazzling. I take that as a compliment. Great, now will you stop distracting me? I'm trying to count. I like her. She's also pretty, like, she's like very, very, what's the word? Like, not stern, but she wants to get her business done. Yes, we're definitely good friends. Too dazzling, though. I'm not sure there is such a thing. And what would be wrong with it if there was? What point is there in not shining as brightly as one can? Astragalus finishes counting the bottles, sighing in feigned exasperation as she marks them off her checklist. You may always be late, but you deliver quality every time. You're consistent, if nothing else. The waiting is part of the fun. It builds excitement, wouldn't you say? Nope, just builds frustration for me, but at least you always come through. She unlocks a small drawer behind the counter and takes out an envelope with Periwinkle's name scribbled on it. Here's the rest of your payment. Don't spend it all at once. Or one in all place. What? I can't read. I'm sorry. Oh, I couldn't even if I tried. Really, you're too generous. Astragalus rolls her eyes and begins stocking the shelves with her new inventory. 2 or 3 orders a month. That's all it takes to support myself entirely through this apothecary. Hard to believe my magic is really worth so much, but who am I to complain? It's certainly more favorable balance compared to the kind of work I was doing years ago. And I do enjoy the freedom, the excessive amounts of time I have for partying, for dates. Oh, and on that note, with all the business out of the way, would you like to hear about my date? Would I like to? Not necessarily. Please, Astragalus, as someone who with no romance in your own life, the least you can do is live vicariously through me. The no romance thing is by choice. I listen to you gush for your own damn sake. For my sake? Yeah, I'm afraid you might actually implode if you had no one to talk to about this stuff. I'm actually making a noble sacrifice every day that you come in here with a new tale of romantic conquest. If you're truly suffering, I shall desist. That's the thing, though. I do like seeing you all worked up over something, even if I don't understand it myself. So there is a mutual benefit. You'll listen then? Yeah, at least until I get all this put away. After that, I'm kicking you out. I'm kicking you out for the day. Fair enough. I'd better be brief then. He's the absolute cutest thing. I picked him up at the candy shop yesterday. Fluffy pink hair with golden eyes, naturally rosy cheeks that make him look as if he's always a little embarrassed by something. He's shy, but not the type that becomes paralyzed in a bedroom. Periwinkle, for the last time, I do not need to hear about bedroom stuff. I wasn't giving any details, although the details are the best part. This is a safe for work zone only. Break that rule and you're out of here. My apologies, I'll refrain. Anyway, my point is, he's extremely cute. Adorable, in fact. Right, so standard fare for you? Absolutely not. If he was just your average cutie, would I be emphasizing his cuteness so much? I don't meet these people, so it's all the same to me. How can it be? The intensity is so drastically different. Perhaps so intense that I'm having trouble explaining it properly. I'll say, all you really told me so far is that he's cute and shy. He's kind as well. He saved the best part of our dessert for me without even asking. Wow, I would have led with that one. Oh, enough of your sarcasm. When all my favorite details are off limits, what do you suppose I'm left with? Well, what really matters is that you had a good night, even if it meant you couldn't get here on time like I asked. I'm already hoping to see him again, to be honest. Oh yeah? Don't hear that from you very often. Really? But I've gone on second dates all the time. This guy got a name? I don't kiss and tell. No, actually, you tell me about everyone you kiss. Come on, if he's really that absolute cutest, it's a shame to keep him anonymous, right? Not like I'm gonna tell anyone anyways. Fine. His name is Pastille. He's even even his name's cute. Right? Oh, that reminds me. He sold me some candies that share his name. Would you like to try? Sure. Now, could a witch turn down free candy? Periwinkle digs into his bag and pulls out some of the pastels. I did not know there were candies called pastels, but I suppose that makes sense. He hands the candy to Astragalus, who promptly unwraps it and pops it into her mouth. No, these are good. Where do you say that this candy shop was? Not far from here. I'll give you directions. Shortly after telling Astragalus where to find Atelier Sweets, she unceremoniously kicked me out. She'd long finished putting all those bottles away after all. With money in my pocket and no more work to be done for the moment, I'm free to begin pursuing my next date. But wherever shall I go? It's a weekday, too early for parties, too early for drinks. I suppose I could return home and straighten out the place. However, why would I busy myself with chores when I could be celebrating another order successfully filled? Before Periwinkle can decide on where to go, a familiar witch approaches him. Periwinkle? Oh, it's Cassia! I have not seen Cassia in a minute. Cassia is from a little puzzle game that Nam Nam made, which is, what's fun. Was actually one of my first streamed games on this, thing on this channel, I guess. Oh, Cassia, so lovely to see you. Yay, I'm so glad we ran into each other. How to describe Cassia? She's exceedingly cuddly. We met at a party one night, during which she latched onto my arm and never let go. Quite endearing. Since then, we've gone on little dates from time to time. She really loves my magic, so I tend to spoil her whenever we're together. Do you need something, dear? Yes, I tried coming over last night, but you didn't seem to be home. You came to visit me? I'm flattered. I must have been out to dinner at the time. Sorry that I missed you. Oh, it's okay. I was mostly looking to talk. So, if you're available right now, do you want to go to a cafe? That sounds perfect. I would love to. We take our seats at the nearby cafe. It's a pleasant, sunny little place. I've come here often with all sorts of other wishes. Cassia orders her usual hot chocolate with extra marshmallows, which I decide on a simple roast tea. Oh, Periwinkle, could you make my marshmallows smell like roses too? With pleasure. Periwinkle's wand drops from his sleeve, and he gives Cassia's cup a quick little tap. Yay! It really smells just like roses. Just as you asked, dear. It might slightly affect the taste, so let me know if you'd like the spell undone. Cassia dips her spoon and lifts a marshmallow to her lips, blowing on it slightly before popping it into her mouth. No, it's wonderful. Hee hee hee. I miss her hee hee hees. Gosh, I should replay that little puzzle game just for the fun of it. She truly can find the joy in any little moment. Such a delight. Definitely a contender for the title of absolute cutest witch, though I would call her absolutely cute rather than the absolute cutest. It takes more than cuteness alone to earn the title of absolute cutest witch. That's where the differences lie, of course. But what am I thinking? How rude is it to begin ranking my dates in such a way? I must be stuck on the thought from my earlier conversation with Astragalus, trying to put Pastel's cuteness into words. He really is something special. It's all in the contrast, his polite, well-mannered, and proper exterior concealing such intense desire, begging you to make the first move, and then going ahead and taking it on his own as soon as you... Enough of that. There's someone else in front of me now, isn't there? Cassia continues happily sipping her hot chocolate before speaking up again. I missed you, Periwinkle. I've been so busy with packing. I haven't had a chance to see you at all. Packing? And just where are you headed off to? Oh, that's right. I never had the chance to tell you. I'm finally moving in with my partners. In 2 or more days, the 3 of us will all be sleeping in the same bed. Oh, that sounds cozy. Congratulations. Thank you. I've looked forward to it for so long. Sounds like you're about to enter a lovely domestic life. You deserve it. Ah, hee hee hee. I'm really happy. But, speaking of my partners, you've still never even met them. True, but I can imagine they're wonderful just from how you've talked about them. Right? But, what if you didn't have to imagine? That's what I've been wanting to talk to you about. I was hoping we might all be able to go on a group date sometime. Oh? Yeah, because, I just think you're so wonderful, Periwinkle. I want them to know you too. Although it sounds like fun, I'm a bit... Oh, wait, before you say no, they're both very easygoing and so loving and nice. I can promise it won't be overwhelming. That's unfortunately isn't where the issue lies, my dear. I know you said you didn't want to get involved before, but I just know that we would all get along so well. I'd like to reassure you however I can, but I understand if you still turn me down. Matters of love are so tricky, aren't they? For people, I suppose so. Not all that surprising from Cassia. Maybe we need the dirty candy shop person back because 4 sounds... 4 sounds like a lot. I wouldn't know. But I would assume it. Bro, imagine I can't imagine having having to worry about 1 person romantically, let alone 4. that is you have to be just different. You just have to be built different for that. You yourself have never had more than 1 person at a time? Okay, wait. Now you're backtracking? Let you think. I shall let you think as I drink some water. Does what you're thinking about count? It depends. I have 0 details, so I literally cannot inform you. I cannot counsel you in your decision. Oh, my pizza's getting too cold. I'm gonna take a couple of bites out of this. I dropped some of my pizza on the ground. Only a small bit. Something fell off. I don't know where it landed though. Found it. Okay, you have had 2 people at most? I feel like that's the standard for people that try to have more than one person. It's 2 people, usually. From what I know. But that's not to be talked about. I suppose not. Let us continue then. I still recall the first time something like this was asked of me. I had been nervous going in, but I had also never entered a group situation before. I attributed my anxiety solely to that. However, it quickly became clear that I just wasn't suited to it at all. I do love to spoil each of my partners, but strictly one at a time. Perhaps I was left scarred by the breakdown in communication, the passionate fires of long-established romance. Surely Cassia and her partners are magnificent people. It may indeed be fun for a night, but becoming entangled in committed relationships is something I've always avoided from the beginning, isn't it? You just went with it? It was their idea? Ah, I see. This is all very sweet of you, but I do have to decline. Ah, I can't help but feel a little broken-hearted. I apologize. Truly, it's nothing personal. Oh, I know. I don't take offense or anything. It's just sad. Now that I'm going to be living with them, and knowing you don't want to meet them, I think it's best we just break things off. Yes, I agree. As you said, it's for the best. I hope we can still be friends, though. Of course, I'm sure our paths will come across every now and again. Yeah, thank you for always treating me so well, Periwinkle. It was my pleasure. At least that went off pretty alright. Okay, wait, 3? Kenzo, is it 2 or 3? Like, you gotta get your numbers straight. You not including yourself. I said, well, are you including yourself or are you not including yourself? But that went well with Periwinkle. Yeah, with Periwinkle, it's gone well. Even casual relationships can end up in breakups like this. This is largely why I tend to prefer one-night affairs. Things can become so messy as needs evolve. As Cassia and I go our separate ways, I can't help feeling a little blue. Perhaps I'll return home for the day after all. You still don't trust that guy? You still don't trust that? You don't trust Pastel? Oh gosh. Pastel is a sweetheart. Periwinkle quickly changes into something more comfortable, dropping his bags unceremoniously onto the couch. No. Just no. I could use an afternoon nap. Yes, that's precisely what I need. I'll wake up feeling refreshed and ready to go back out into the town. He shoves some blankets aside and collapses onto the couch. And when he does, the contents of his bag spill onto the floor. Lazily leaning over to gather it up, he notices the candies from before. He's a candy shop worker that is to never be trusted and should be banished. Damn, relax, Kenzo, relax. It's not that serious, dog. It's not that serious. Banishment is a whole different kind of punishment, too. Was I too hasty in saying I'd hoped to see Pastel again? I suppose I'd forgotten the feeling of not being enough for someone. Usually these things tend to dissipate naturally without confrontation or notice. So when they don't, it stings. But it's a candy shop worker, but it's Pastel, and Pastel is so nice and good. I will defend Pastel from these allegations I was gonna say entrust, that's not the word. Push upon him, there we go. Periwinkle scoops up the candies, dropping all but one of them back into his bag. He settles into place on the couch, nestled in a tangled mess of blankets and cushions, and unwraps his chosen pastel. It is sweet though. Why is he gotta eat it like that though? Why is even the way he eats it kinda kinda, you know? What a shame that would be if I never got to taste it again. It's right. That's right. I can never resist the promise of an entertaining night, no matter what may come down the line. I'm a hopeless hedonist after all. Nothing to be done about that. Let fate decide then. If he comes, he comes. And if we never meet again, I can always hold on to the memory of our perfect date. Several hours later, there's a knock at the door. And right there on his doorstep, Periwinkle is pleasantly surprised to find... Let me guess, Pastel? Pastel! I wasn't expecting to see you again so soon. And treating me to another cute new look, no less. Sorry, I couldn't stop thinking about... I realized last night I never actually got to sample your magic. The scents you mentioned. Oh, that's right. We were quite preoccupied, Yes, so that's why I'm here. He finally manages to make eye contact, but quickly averts his gaze once more. Were you in bed? Sorry, I shouldn't have come so late. These aren't even my sexiest pajamas. I didn't say anything about that. But to answer your question, no, I wasn't. Although I did take a nap earlier this afternoon, I've otherwise been enjoying a relaxing night. And I'm so very glad I didn't end up going out. I would have missed out on this flustered mess. Would you like to come in? Pastel nods vigorously in response. It's still a bit of a mess in here. I hope you don't mind. There's a pass-through. I've seen worse. Oh, maybe I'll let it spiral further into chaos then. I'm just so competitive, you know. I'm not sure that's a competition you'd really want to win. Perhaps not. Periwinkle carefully steps over some of his clutter to dig through one of the boxes in his far corner of the room. Ah, here they are, my personal favorites. This row here contains some of the more potent scents. Most of them are for relaxation, things to calm the nerves. And the rest I just happen to like. Sweet scents like strawberry, banana, bubblegum, mango. You know what would be kind of a good scent? The person of candy is back. Yes he is. Yes he is. What was I gonna say? Can you imagine like a strawberry banana? You know how strawberry banana smells like either yogurts or even milkshakes? Not milkshakes, I guess just fruit shakes. Maybe a milkshake of strawberry and banana would be pretty good smelling too. I was thinking like, what if there was a candle scent of strawberry and banana? I feel like that would be good, especially if it was like yogurt. I don't know, a random little thought. Is there a reason you're only naming candy flavors? Must be a coincidence. Pastel picks out an unlabeled bottle filled with a pale pink liquid. What's this? Ah, watch out. That one's an aphrodisiac. We'll see about that. Pastel locks eyes with Periwinkle as he opens the vial without hesitation. How bold. Oh, it's peach. I almost expected it to be overpowering. Yes, well, the aphrodisiac bit was a lie, but I'm glad you like it. You're really good at this type of magic. I have never done anything like it. Would you like to try it on? Oh, no, I don't do perfume or cologne or anything like that. You've never tried it? Oh, so would you say you're a perfume version then? I'm not. Who even says things like that? In my line of work, you'd be surprised. It's probably just you. Maybe so. If you're not going to try it, I'll have it back now, please. I could try. I just don't know how I'm supposed to apply it. A perfume version, right? It's such an odd term. Interesting wording. Well, you know who we're dealing with, Periwinkle, so it should be expected that he's gonna say something like that. Now I just don't know how I'm supposed to apply it. May I? Pastel nods, handing over the small vial. Periwinkle seals the opening with his fingertip and swiftly tilts the bottle over and back. Here. He lightly rubs a spot on Pastel's necks, engulfing them both in the pleasant scent of his magic. Their eyes meet, neither of them daring to be the first to move. Maybe the aphrodisiac bit wasn't a lie after all. Pastel breaks the spell, rushing forward with a sudden kiss, and then retreats just as quickly. I'm sorry, He certainly is impulsive. Not that I mind at all. I'm more than happy to go along with your little game, Pastel. Oh no, my own magic is working too well. I guess there's no choice but to have my way with you, my sweet. Oh no. Pastel's heartfelt protest ended there. Periwinkle's hands were already upon him and would continue to be for the rest of the night. And then they fuck. Missteps, Chapter 3. Oh no. Another little break time so that I can finish up my pizza. Maybe drink some of my coffee that I also had prepared. Fun little story so far. I'm liking it. And Pastel is definitely a bit of a horn dog. Story is great. It's fun. It's fun. Only has one downside. Is it the fact that Pastel works at a candy shop? It has candy shop worker. Oh boy. You can just replace the word candy shop with cannery shop. There you go. So now a cannery shop worker, even though cannery shops are not a thing. Still great, you just don't like it. I'm about to choke on some damn pizza. Hold on, let me drink some water. I'm getting various texts from a family member, and I don't know whether I should respond now or later. You're feeling odd right now? You're gonna go do something. Alright. I'll see you around if you don't come back. Sorry, I'm just taking some time to text this family member back because I gotta pay attention to this real quick. Then after this, we'll get right onto continuing. Let me do something real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry. Something went. Something did something. I think I scrolled on my wheel. Yeah, scrolling the wheel goes forward and back on the story. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, scroll down goes forwards. Gotcha, gotcha. Good thing to know for future reference. Alright, let us continue with the story then. Maybe after one small sip of le coffee, maybe. That was water. My water's done. My coffee is at room temperature. Holy, okay. I should have drinking this when I had the chance, when it was warm and hot, but you know what? That's fine. I've drinking cold coffee a million times. Over the next month or so, we fell into quite an enjoyable pattern. Pastel would show up at my doorstep maybe once or twice a week. Sometimes we'd go out to dinner, but mostly he'd just spend the night. It was starting to become almost routine, though each visit was somehow just as exciting as the last. The details of which I'll choose to keep private for Pastel's sake. This boy is insatiable, I will say that. Inevitably, after seeing someone for long enough, one begins to pick up on their habits. Cute habits, like the way he kisses me on the cheek before rushing off to work in the early morning, the way he runs with his hand through his hair when he's thinking really hard about something. Even his knock is specific. Once lightly to test the waters, a pause as he gathers his courage, then 3 firm and evenly spaced. I'm not sure which of these habits he's conscious of, but there's one I've decided he must be acting knowingly. And what would that be, dear Periwinkle? I am curious. Which is his habit of leaving one of his personal effects behind with each visit. First a barrette, then an earring, his choker, a bracelet, and then he returns after a few days with an apology explaining he had just come to pick up whatever he had left behind. Sure, Pastel, keep creating your little excuses to come back here. I'll happily go along with them. What fun. I wonder what he'll come looking for this time. Periwinkle gathers up the discarded garments that had been left strewn across his bedroom, tossing them into a pile to be dealt with later. He couldn't possibly leave his underwear behind, could he? No, that would be impossible to explain. An earring, sure, but there's no way he'd walk out of here like that. Periwinkle hums to himself as he makes the bed, double-checking between the sheets while he's at it. I'm almost disappointed. It's been so consistent up until now. I suppose he could just be that forgetful. Unable to find anything of Pastel in my bedroom, I decide to spend the rest of the morning cleaning up the place. Now, mind you, I never let my house get dirty, only messy. Leaving garbage or food waste about is out of the question. Everything else, though, it's simply that many things don't make it back to their proper place, or rather, I can never decide on a proper place for many of my things. Toss them into boxes, shuffle the boxes around the room, and suddenly they've become unimaginable piles. To truly put everything away, these would all have to be emptied and sorted, a daunting task to be sure. But it has been a while since my last attempt. I may as well put in some effort. But where to begin? I suppose my work supplies have been a little difficult to navigate as of late. That's an achievable goal now, isn't it? And practical as well. Periwinkle begins with the box of his favorite perfumes that had been sitting out since one of Pastel's first visits. Wow, Periwinkle really just decides to leave a mess around, huh? So, I mean, we're talking about like months ago. Months ago, this man came around. Sorry, just taking a drink. Ah, yes, the aphrodisiac. That was a fun night. He packs the bottles back into their places, then closes the box, sealing them safely inside. This should go... Perhaps it'd be better to set it high on the bookshelf? If I just rearrange things a bit, there should be room for everything. As Periwinkle begins setting things aside, a new pile is born, precariously teetering on the back of the couch. He places the box just where he wants it, and then stacks his various books on and knickknacks around it. Just as he's made his way through half of the pile, a small portion of it topples forward, bouncing safely onto the couch cushions. Ha! Topple all you want, I was prepared. Hmm? He finally notices Pastil's jacket, which had expertly blended into the blankets and cushions around it. Aha, just when I'd finally worked up the energy to clean up around here, what do I find? Yes, there's no more case of forgetfulness. It was indeed a little game all along. Periwinkle giggly laughs to himself, excited to have been proven right. You've escalated it too far, Pastil. To leave your jacket behind is just ridiculous. He leaves me no choice. I'll just have to return this myself. Periwinkle abandons what he was doing and skips off to his room to get dressed. Oh, no hat this time. Interesting, interesting. He is a little devil. What about with the devil horns? Is there anything that matches the devil horns? I'm pretty sure there is, right? No demon winks and the devil horns. Why not? I hadn't had a chance to return to Atelier's suite since first meeting Pastil. He was the one always showing up on my doorstep after all. There was no need. It's about time I paid him a visit, yes. I could restock on my favorite candies as well. Upon reaching Atelier's suites, though, I hesitate. Would it be rude to barge in while he's working? I just know I wouldn't be able to resist teasing him. As to not become a nuisance, I shall make my presence known from here. Periwinkle boldly approaches the bench directly in front of the candy shop and sits down. All while wearing Pastil's forgotten jacket. They even switched up the little picture there in the corner so that he's actually wearing the jacket. That's good. That's good. And now we wait. A few minutes pass. I can see Pastil through the shop window. He's currently preoccupied with a customer. Luckily, I brought lunch. A simple peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Will he notice me before I finish it? The customer is walking out now. Our eyes meet. Pastil turns away, pacing a bit. I take another bite of my sandwich, still watching intently. He stops for a moment in front of the door behind the register, until finally making his way out of the store, broom in hand. But instead of coming over right away, he turns his back to me, sweeping the sidewalk in front of the entrance. Perhaps he has a strict supervisor? He keeps glancing over his shoulder. Just come over here, you silly boy. Pastil really is he's like so, what's the wording for it? I can't even come up with the proper wording, but it's like he wants Periwinkle to make the first move, even though Periwinkle is like clearly wanting him to approach. And I think he knows that too. That's the funny part. He knows it. He just doesn't want to be the one to approach. His face is quite red, so I can say with confidence that I've successfully overwhelmed him once again. When I've finished my sandwich by the time he approaches, he takes a seat on the opposite end of the bench. I thought you were ignoring me. No, I was just trying to decide what to do. Was this a bad time to return your jacket? Not the worst time. Periwinkle unzips the jacket and shuffles out of it, casually folding it onto his lap. I found it whilst I was cleaning up the place. I suppose I could have waited for you to return, but since I was in the area... Right, sorry, it's my fault for leaving it behind in the first place. Pastil can barely look me in the eye. It doesn't stop him from stealing glances at what I'm wearing. But who could resist that? I wore my cutest dress for this. Something seems a little off, though. He's usually a bundle of nerves, yes, but this is a bit much. I'll get right to the point then. Bro's sat up, like, back completely straight, you know, he's very, very nervous right now. A little too much, one would say. Oh, Pastil, you know you don't have to plant excuses just to visit me. I wasn't planting anything, I just forgot it on my way out. I find that hard to believe, considering you've forgotten exactly one thing each time you visit. Really, you should be more honest. Sorry, thank you for returning it. Oh, it's my pleasure. It gave me a good excuse to see you flustered little face again. Periwinkle sets the jacket on the empty space between them and raises to take his leave. But Pastel gently grabs his wrist before he goes. Perry, I'm sorry I made you think I was ignoring you. I was only teasing, my sweet. Still, I can't. I'm not ready to be open about who I see outside of work. I like to keep things very discreet. I don't want to have to explain anything to my friends. I'd die of embarrassment. So that's why. Understood. I'm actually used to being someone's little secret. That didn't sound right. That didn't sound quite right. What I'm trying to say is, I don't mind at all. From now on, I'll just continue to let you come to me. Thank you. Sorry. I don't know what you keep apologizing for. Pastel, I'll see you around, yes? Pastel nods, and finally lets go of his wrist. A misstep. A huge misstep. I should have guessed it from the hints he's given, just a few things he said here and there. It was enough to put together, wasn't it? I mean, I certainly didn't catch it. I could assume so, but maybe I made the assumption at the time, but I completely forgot the information, so I don't blame Periwinkle for, making this misstep. I don't think it's that huge. Oh, well, it could be a big misstep, actually. Right? Somebody that values their privacy from, wanting to separate their, pieces of their lives like that. Could be a pretty big deal, I suppose. The most obvious one being that he always comes to me and not the other way around. Our comfortable pattern that I recklessly interrupted. I should have known from previous encounters with closeted individuals. What's supposed to be a fun surprise appearance can turn so quickly into a desperate rally to cling to normalcy, carefully constructed lies to conceal the piece of yourself that may not be accepted, whether it's by the individual themselves or by their loved ones. Certainly an unenviable position to find. Unenviable, that's the word. Certainly an unenviable position to find oneself in. Pastel and I had been seeing a lot of each other during this past month. Was this the inevitable breaking point, then? It can only become more complicated from here. But it was going so perfectly for so long. Perhaps I'm being overdramatic. I haven't grown tired of him at all, which is precisely the problem. Unwilling to return home so soon, I walk in the direction of the apothecary. Astragalus will be able to knock some sense into me. She always does. Astragalus, are you busy? I know that whine. You've shifted into dramatic bitch mode. Damn, Astragalus, relax. It's not that serious. God damn. Girl said you've shifted into dramatic bitch mode. Damn. Take pity on me. I'm having a bad day. Alright, ya baby, tell me what happened. Things are slow today, anyhow. Astragalus listened patiently as I explained the events of the day. I've learned to come straight to her whenever I find myself unable to make a decision. Although she often puts things far too bluntly, I do always end up feeling more grounded after her consolation. So, you're upset because you've overstepped his bounds. Accidentally! You always leave out key information. And now you think it's over between you two? When you put it like that, I really do sound dramatic. I mean, you are, but you also have a point. If you want to avoid things getting complicated, this is your sign to get out. Witch boys? Indeed, Yuki. And hail to thee, you lovely little elf. You missed some good parts of the story so far. But you can always check the VOD, it doesn't matter. Hi, hello. It's such a nice story, such a lovely little story so far. And I don't think it's all that long. It's the description said it was only 2 hours long, but knowing me, it might last us this 3 hours. And my need to reread some parts as well. So far, Periwinkle here, who you can kind of outfit however you want, is seeing. I don't know if you were around for that. I don't think you were. Seeing another fellow, another witch boyo called Pastel, and they, hook up a lot in the past couple of months, once or twice a week. How am I? How's my day? How's my mood? It's quite alright. I made a pizza, a little homemade pizza that took quite a long while for the actual pizza part of the pizza. The part that's at the bottom. I forget what that's called in English every time to cook. So it came out, that the cheese and the pepperoni was basically like half burnt by the time that the pizza actually got cooked. But that's okay. It still tasted pretty good. I was a little mad about that, but it's fine. And my day, has been going out. It has been alright. It's been alright. I slept quite a lot, which, wasn't the worst thing. Could have probably woken up earlier, but my weekends are spent like that, sleeping half of it away. Gotta make up for the rest of the week, I hope your mood has been alright. I hope you have been eating well and sleeping well and petting your cat very well and all types of stuff. They opened a KFC in your town. You went there with friends. They screwed up your order and gave you 2 burgers instead of burgers and fries. Huh. Well, yeah, KFC is not exactly known for their best customers, service and whatnot. I'm gonna be honest. But hey, 2 burgers instead of a burger and fries. Were they at least the same burger that you ordered originally, or were they like 2 different kinds of burgers? That is a curiosity I have. My coffee is cold, and I barely got to drink it. One was right, second was just a chicken burger? I see. Well, I personally would still call that a win. If I ordered the burger and fries and I got 2 burgers, I'd be pretty hyped. You're tired? Don't worry, Yuki. Of being Yuki? Why would you be tired of being Yuki? Yuki is awesome. Rest well then, Lie down. If you're already lying down, lie down more. Put a pillow under your head. No? What do you mean no? You can't just say no to me. You are awesome. You will accept this compliment. You will be cool and awesome. I'm sorry. I'm being a little dramatic. I just want you to know that you're a show person, okay? You are not? Yes, you are, Yuki. Kenzo, tell Yuki that Yuki is cool. We're gonna tell Yuki is cool until Yuki believes that he's cool. Also, no candy shop worker? Oh yes, Yuki, you've been missing Kenzo's discrimination of Pastel because Pastel works at a candy shop. A magical candy shop. Well, technically not magical, alchemic, but same difference. Not really. You are not what you want to be at all. We can always become what we want to be, even if it takes time. But Yuki is cool, you agree? See, even Kenzo agrees. Yuki is cool. Dang it, Yuki. You can't keep saying no. It is objective truth. You're cute and cool. Genetics says otherwise. Well, we work with the we can only play the cards the gods have dealt us, alright? That's how this goes. Actually, does Yuki work at a candy store? I don't think Yuki works at a candy. I don't know what Yuki works at. Yuki's never said. You are not cute, sadly? That is a lie. I disagree. If so, you take back what you said. Hopefully, Yuki don't work at a candy store, cause Kenzo will take back their words. Yuki does not work at a candy store, so Yuki remains cool. Alright, allow me to continue with the story a little bit further. If you want to avoid things getting complicated, this is your sign to get out. And I gotta say though, for 2 guys who aren't in a committed relationship, you sure do sound like you're in one. It's purely casual. I've still been seeing a few others in the midst of things. But you talk about. But all you talk about is pastel every time you come in here. I know. I just wish I hadn't gone to return the jacket. It was supposed to be fun, but now. Yeah, honestly, I think he's being unfair. He shows up to your place whenever he wants, right? Yes, but I don't have anything else going on. He has a respectable job and... sounds like you just have less self-respect and this guy isn't treating you right. Now that's unfair. He simply said he wasn't ready. It doesn't mean... Ha! I'm making excuses. Making excuses now? You really are hung up on him. This is too hilarious to watch. I misread that like the opposite way. Behavior maybe, everything else not. You shouldn't be talking about this too. Yuki, I will head pat you. Head pat. Metaphorical, spiritual head pat. You're gonna be alright, kid. You're gonna be alright. We're all gonna be cool and happy and okay. Alright? I'm sorry that your sorrows hit you, though. I get like that too sometimes. Enough. I simply cannot help it if he's just the cutest thing. Of course I don't want to stop seeing him. At that moment, a familiar chime sounded, marking a customer's arrival. I turned my head instinctively to see... Periwinkle? Oh my god, you look so cute today. Why, thank you. I certainly didn't expect to see you here, Jam. Astragalus walks into the back room, still laughing at Periwinkle's expense. Just continue with the game, you'll stop talking about this? You know you can talk about this to me after stream, right? We can talk after stream if you want. Not gonna push it, but you know. The offer is there. I've been coming here to buy your magic. Remember when you did a little demo for everyone at that one party? You totally sold me on it back then. I've done a few, so I can't recall, but I'm happy to hear it regardless. So what are you doing here? On a date or on the job? No date today. I ruined my chance at that. Aw man, what? That's such a bummer. Really, never thought I'd hear that. I never thought I'd hear of the day you, of all people, couldn't get a date, though. You date, like, everyone. What if we talk about candy shop workers and owners can't be trusted? Talk after stream, but not about this? Okay. Roger that. True. I still haven't been able to pull this information out of Kenzo as to why Kenzo distrusts candy workers and shop owners so much. It is genuinely a mystery at this point. It'd be more accurate to say I go on dates with everyone rather than actually date them. Aw, same diff. You're like the thirst master. Not the thirst master. She's right. It's not as if pastel is my only option if I'm looking for a good time. Anyway, are you going to Cherville's party tonight? No, this is the first I've heard of it. He's throwing it another soiree? So I don't know how to say that. That's like a French word. If they have to hold back from eating candy, they will eventually have less self-control. This is indeed a scientific fact. That, but also every candy shop just looks suspicious. Are we like profiling candy shops now? To be fair, the one candy shop I do know about that is in my like town is kind of iffy looking. But that's just like, I feel like that's like a bias. That's biased. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know. I suppose I've been more out of the loop on these things than usual. I haven't bothered with as many parties since. Well, you should come. They're good luck, like in terms of love and romance. I mean, I'm finally dating my best friend thanks to that last one. Ah, Marzipan was it? Wasn't it? You weren't together before that? I knew everyone thought we were. So embarrassing. I guess what matters is we could finally be totally honest with each other, though. I'm really happy. Well, congratulations. You deserve that happiness. Yeah, so, like, if you ever need relationship advice, I'm your gal. Oh, but I guess you wouldn't since you don't actually date anyone. Periwinkle hears Astragalus snorting with laughter in the background. How dare she? I came here to be comforted, not ridiculed. Jam, dear, what time did you say that party started? Oh, like a few hours from now, I think? Sorry, I can never remember the time differences between here and the netherworld. Hell exists. I forgot about that too. But I'm sure it's like different than actual hell. Why work or own a suspicious building? Your brother just screaming in his room. He was playing Factorio. I don't know what could have happened for him to be screaming while he's playing Factorio of all games. Isn't that the one where the big bugs like come after your stuff? Maybe they like absolutely wrecked his shit. No matter, these things tend to go all night, and I prefer to arrive fashionably late. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to return home to freshen up before the sorry. Sorry? I don't know if it's sorry or sorry or some shit like that. You hope they did. That's funny. I'm gonna look up this word because I gotta figure out what that means. Soy, French. I assumed it'd be French. Translate. It literally means evening. So I'm assuming it's evening in like a different sense though, not just like in the party sense, like the evening thing. An evening thing maybe? I don't know. Yeah, the word just translates to evening. Before the evening, I guess so, right? Freshen up before the evening. Cool. Sure, see you there. Periwinkle merges home in a huff. Astragalus thinks I'm lacking in self-respect. I'll show her. I'm going to find someone to spoil me tonight. Netherworld parties happen to be the perfect venue, always filled with cute faces I haven't yet encountered. Plenty of incubi as well. They live to please their partners. Did anyone yet talk about why his name is Periwinkle? Kenzo mentioned it. I had to explain to Kenzo that every Nom Nom game, the characters just have the silliest little cutie names. You have Pastel, who's named after a candy. You have Jam. You have... Okay, maybe the witches are like the one exception, because they sometimes are just like... They have the most odd names. You have Treat from Lonely Wolf Treat, who is a wolf named Treat. I forgot what the bunny was named in that game, and I forgot what Treat's friend's name is. It's also something that's like not very wolf-like. He is cute, and he is using his cuteness. You questioned it, admittedly. Exactly. It's been a while since I've slept with a demon. I'm looking forward to this now. Okay, now we have our hat on. We can do a little flower. Maybe we should have done the flower crown when we didn't have the hat on. We've done the blue flowers before. You can't really see the choker much anyways. Little hearts, why not? There we go. And so, a few hours later, Periwinkle arrives at the Sorry. Let's see, who looks available? It's Jam, and I forgot what her name was. Something long. Hear you out? Change the job of the dirty candy worker in this game, and this game is a 10 out of 10. The fact that Pastel works as a candy worker really is holding it back for you, isn't it? But that candy worker is taking it down to a 7? Damn. Scanning the room, he spots both Jam and Shervil, that's the name, happily chatting with the other guests. Shervil himself certainly isn't a bad play. Oh, that's not Shervil. Okay. Maybe this is Shervil? I don't know who Shervil is. But I couldn't go stealing the host of the party. Periwinkle begins to gravitate towards the snack table, still scoping out the various partygoers. Plenty of candidates to choose from. However will I decide, before he can make up his mind about who to approach, a taller demon slides into the empty space beside him to start a conversation. Lots of cute witches at this story, eh? Oh, it's been decided for me. I'm already being spoiled. I didn't come here for the witches. Ha, I'm Cardamon. Periwinkle. So, this is gonna sound weird, but do I know you from somewhere? Your dreams, perhaps? Ah, for real. Something about your face is just so familiar. I frequent these types of events, so it's likely we've crossed paths at some point. That's not it. I would have tried hitting on you if we did. Well, you're certainly free to do so now. I'll give it a shot, with your permission. This one isn't bad. I do appreciate how straightforward he's being. So, what are you here for, if not the witches? I had intended to find someone to spoil me, and incubi are rumored to be good for exactly that. We are. So, the rumors are true. I'm lucky then. Would you happen to have any friends who would be interested in dancing with a cute little witch like me? I could ask around. Or better yet, you could just settle for me. I suppose you'll do. Dating a demon? Well, witches, demons, they're kind of all in the same batch, I suppose, in theory. Seems like it has many downsides. Well, I wouldn't know about that. Well, maybe a little bit, but, not in this, when it comes to this world and its lore. Do you know that they have basically instantaneous basically train transportation due to magic? That's a thing of the world. I mean, there's much better than his other option. Listen, Periwinkle wanted an incubus. That's what he's getting, alright? The filthy candy worker. Having a boyfriend not in this economy. To be fair, Periwinkle doesn't necessarily stick to one person. That's kind of their whole shtick. Periwinkle just goes, yep, I want that person, I'm gonna get that person for the night. We trust the demon over the candy worker. That's a strange sentence. I present my hand and Cardamon gives an exaggerated bow. He pulls me in, albeit a little clumsily, with his gigantic demon hands. Always enjoyable to be swept up in the arms of a larger man. My own hand is almost entirely consumed by his, unlike with pastils, which fits so... pastel? And am I still comparing everyone to hell? I shake the thought and return to the moment. The pair twirls around the dance floor, losing themselves in the magic. In the music? Why did I read that as magic? That said music probably, right? I'm tripping. After a while, Cardamon suddenly speaks up. Oh, I think I just realized where I know you from. Really now? Yeah, you were in the magazine I work for. I'm an editor. I used your photos for an issue a couple years back. Ah, what a coincidence. I did used to do some modeling in the past. And in the past it shall remain. I'm in a different line of work now. Oh, different line of work. What could that have been? Modeling for a magazine. I have some ideas. If demons were actually bad and as mighty as they are pictured, wouldn't they make more propaganda about demons being good? Yes, or at least you think so. Are you speaking of like within what context? Within what context is that? Biblical? Oh. Well, I mean, you could argue that with how shows treat demons nowadays, they are making propaganda about demons being good and human and all that. I mean, have you seen the new what Netflix did with Devil May Cry? They're basically doing that. That show is funny as hell, though. Still, we need to spread the word about the filth known as these candy shop workers. My goodness, Kenzo, my goodness. Aw, really? That's too bad. I always thought you looked amazing. I appreciate that. Make them vanish. I don't think you can, even if you could. How? Well, this certainly complicates things. I'd much prefer to have been complete strangers. How unfortunate, just when I was beginning to enjoy myself. Wow, I can't believe it. I ran into you like this. Maybe it's a sign. A sign of what, dare I ask? That you should come back to modeling. I can get you in our magazine again, if you're interested, that is. I appreciate the offer, but I've moved on. It put too much of a strain on my relationship with fashion, among other things. Well, at least take my card, in case you change your mind. No, thank you. I don't see that happening. Come on, you'd be so great. It feels like such a waste of talent. I'm quickly growing tired of this. If you had one wish, you would end all candy shops. I should keep away all magical lamps away from you then. You shall not have a single magical lamp. Netflix changed the story again, though. In DMC, you just punch and shoot monsters. That's the whole damn plot. True. And from what I've seen going on around on Twitter, Netflix just decided to make it America invades Iraq, except Iraq is hell. Which is funny, but like also what the hell were they thinking? If you gave me that wish, I would end all candy shops with my own hands. Yuki, no, Yuki, you can't do that. Where else are we gonna buy candy from? That sounds threatening. Devil may be black. Maybe. I'm quickly growing tired of this. Thank you for the dance, but I really should be going now. Huh? Sure. This was fun. Perhaps we'll meet again sometime. Yeah. My nose, something's coming out of it. I think it's just a little bit of... I hope it's not blood. Let me go to the restroom real quick. I don't think it's blood. It would be very quick if it was. Okay, no blood, just snot. Jolly got excited because of cute demon boys. No. I just have a bit of the sniffles. That is all. Just sniffles. Feel like I should turn this up a little bit. Just a little. Just enough for me to talk comfortably from a little further away. Although, listen, I don't mind demons of cute natures existing. They just become a little bit of a problem for humanity as a whole if you let them run rampant. Gotta add a little rule here and there about what they are and are not allowed to do. I didn't expect to be reminded of my modeling days of all things. Although his excitement was understandable, the way he went about it certainly ruined the mood. I hate to admit it, but I'd gone into this night far too unstable to begin with, for such a small thing to get to me. I'm not even here on my own terms, am I? This was all to prove a point. That's certainly not in the spirit of a friendly soiree. Of a friendly evening. I'm just gonna keep saying evening every time that word pops up. It's best I just return home and... Periwinkle, wait! He turns his head to find the carrot demon has chased after him, stumbling into the lonely air night. Hey, I'm sorry if I said anything to upset you. Upset me? Perish the thought. It's simply that I'm feeling a little off tonight. I realized I may have come here for the wrong reasons. Look, I'm sorry that I suddenly started talking about work. That wasn't why I approached you at all. I came here for a good time, right? I mean, you came here for a good time, right? Well, a party's definitely the place to find it. Heck, it's why I'm here for it too. So you're not wrong to come looking for that. He's completely misread the situation, although it is starting to look salvageable from here. Anyway, please forget about the magazine stuff. It doesn't matter. We were having fun before that, right? Dancing was nice, yes. I want to do more than just dance with you. Oh, there it is. Now we're getting somewhere. More than dance? And could that mean? Well, don't make me spell it out. A kiss, perhaps? Sure, and well, whatever else you'd like to do. As an incubi, I live to please. Since he apologized, I may as well. Kissing is a fine start. Cardemon holds out his arms, inviting Periwinkle into a soft embrace. Periwinkle's hands glide up his chest and he wraps his arms around the demon's neck, their faces just inches apart. He pauses. I expected him to close the gap. Pastel would have kissed me. I've grown far too accustomed to that, so I automatically... Shit, this was a mistake. Periwinkle gives him a light peck on the cheek before pulling away. My apologies. I do actually need to get going now. Huh? I shouldn't have led you on. I'm terribly sorry. No, don't worry about that. If you don't want to, it's fine. I'm, a little confused, though. Did I do something wrong? It's not you. You're very nice. Very firm muscles. Thanks. If it were on any other night, things would have gone very differently. Please believe me when I say that. Not the candy shop worker. Candy shop worker is just rent-free in Periwinkle's mind. Yeah, seriously, is all this mysterious talk supposed to make me want you less? I'm sure you'll have a great luck with the witches inside. You're very charming. Damn, well, alright. Get home safe, Periwinkle. Hope to see you again. On any other night, like you said. Thank you for keeping me entertained. Farewell. Cardemon is very reflectionable. I don't know what that means. I think I have an idea of what that means. Reflectionable. That's a good word. Reflectionable. He thinks about stuff? A lot. Right. Reflection. Like, reflect. Yeah, I gotcha. I guess he is. I mean, I suppose one would want to know if they've done something, if they stepped over a boundary or whatnot. I mean, he already sort of knows he did, but, good guy, I suppose, at the end of the day. Decent fellow, from what we can tell. I shouldn't have come. What exactly have I proven here tonight? That I'm willing to pursue this first pink-haired boy I came across out of sheer desperation? I wanted Astragalus to be wrong for once, to admit that I'm hung up on someone is just... I don't feel like myself at all. Periwinkle arrives home, lazily slipping out of his shoes and dress. He tosses his hat somewhere and collapses onto the couch. I feel even more miserable than before. Periwinkle finds himself staring at the front door, half expecting to hear a familiar knock. The state Pastel would find me in if he were to show up tonight. I should get in bed. But he doesn't. Instead, he buries his face in the cushion and falls asleep. Peach blossoms. I almost said bosoms. My mind is also somewhere else, apparently. Isn't that just kind of funny? Periwinkle bolts awake to the sound of a knock on his door. What time is it? He rises from the couch and lightly treads over to check who might be visiting him so early in the morning. At first I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. It took several moments to register the fact that Pastel was on my doorstep. The knocking comes again, snapping me out of my stupor. 1 moment, please. Periwinkle gathers up the clothes he left on the floor and stuffs them out of sight. Next, he scrambles into the bathroom to check his makeup. Passable considering the circumstances. Wrapping a blanket around his shoulders in an attempt to look half decent, he finally opens the door. Hi, I took the day off, so Sorry, did I wake you up? Yes, I had a late night. Come in, I'll be ready in just a moment. Pastel is here. But why is he here? A day off? Not that he has the day off, but that he chose to take it and then come here. Let's just put that aside for now. I need to get dressed. Periwinkle scurries back to his bedroom to change, while Pastel waits politely by the door. I like his hoodie. I want like a little hoodie like this, with like shorter sleeves. I feel like that would be kind of cool. They probably exist. I would just need to look for them. So, your day off, And you choose to visit me. I'm flattered. Well, it's not just a visit. I was hoping to, take you on a date. Oh, a date. Usually we've reserved those for dinner time, haven't we? I wanted to make up for yesterday. So if you didn't have any other plans, I was thinking we could just hang out for a while. Sure, I don't mind, but what exactly is there to make up for, my sweet? You know, how I told you not to come back to the shop even though you only showed up to do me a favor? He has it completely backwards. Kenzo, you're back at the wrong time. Your least favorite character is here. Periwinkle pokes his head out from the bedroom to look Pastel in the eye. Au contraire, Pastel. I should be the one to apologize for putting you in such an uncomfortable position. I shouldn't have shown up unannounced. It wasn't my intention to cause you any actual discomfort. No, I don't think I clarified my boundaries from the beginning, so that's not your fault at all. Then it seems everything is fine now, and you're suddenly disappointed in Periwinkle. Perhaps I could get to know those boundaries better during our date then. Why does it sound suggestive when you say it? Periwinkle retreats back to his room with a smile. This boy has truly caught me off guard. I'm almost flustered that the spiral of guilt and confusion I lost myself in yesterday could be resolved so quickly. Frustrated is what he said. Not flustered, frustrated. That's all it was. I had merely been fixating on my mistake. It had nothing to do with Pastel per se. He just happened to be the one at the center of it, so of course all of my attention was unnecessarily directed towards him. You hope the bass person trips and gets deeply injured. The bass person? The bass person. What? What does that mean? The bad person? There are no bad people here, Kenzo. There's no bad people here. And no, just because Pastel works at a candy shop does not mean he's a bad person. Yuki just typed something. D is next to that for some reason. Oh, so yes it does. No, it doesn't. No, it don't. All candy shop workers are not to be trusted. We can trust Pastel. He's good. They are all evil. No. No evil. Pastel is not evil. Pastel is the opposite of evil. Maybe you're evil for assuming all candy shop workers are evil. I hope Yuki's alright with whatever the hell he's decided to just type onto his thing. You're not evil, you're being a caring soul. A caring soul would not assume that Pastel, of all people, is evil. Yuki says that he's evil, and that you and I are both short. Not evil. Well, at least Yuki's on my side on the you not being evil thing, Kenzo, but you had to bring up being short, didn't you? You just had to. You love everything but candy workers. I'm gonna keep reading. There's no problem then. Which means, as usual, I can enjoy our date to the fullest extent. Well, do tell me where we're headed. I'll need to know if I'm going to pick something to wear. Oh, you hadn't had breakfast yet, have you? Let's get something to eat first. Hmm. Actually, could you come in here for a moment? Yes? I thought it might be fun to have you choose what outfit I wear. Uh, um, are you sure? The clean clothes are in that pile, dear. Okay, Pastel begins to sort through the pile of shirts and dresses, taking extra care to fold the ones he sets aside. How about these? They are pure evil. Well, you can't do anything against me bringing out the short talk. That's true. I can't really do nothing about that. I am left to defenseless. My metaphorical. Never mind, that metaphor would have been a little bit weird to bring up. But it's the whole thing about like an animal with a like stomach, bare and whatever. I didn't know how to word that properly. Nothing nice comes from them. What about candy? Candy is nice, isn't it? Candy is sweet, and I like candy, but only sometimes, like Jolly Ranchers. He approaches the folding screen and holds the clothes out to the side for Periwinkle to take. Nah, not from them. Traumatized kids are nice to others. True, I guess. Maybe not all of them, though. It really depends. Oh, these are nice pics. But no underwear? Weren't you already wearing one? So scandalous, Pastel. I didn't know you had it in you. Please, I'll find you a pair. I'm only teasing, my sweet. Periwinkle finally walks out fully dressed. Cute. Head pat. Ready to go. Pastel looks him up and down cautiously. You're wearing some, right? We'll just have to find out later tonight, won't we? But Perry! Perry the platypus. Sorry, it had to come out at some point with that nickname. Because why wouldn't it? Perry the platypus! Now you can see the choker. You know what? I don't know what to go with the dark choker. Maybe the flowery one. It'll add a little something. Because just the white, doesn't really hit. But the white one with the little flower, considering he has flowers in his hair, I think that's pretty good. Oh, we can try the flower crown today. Because we didn't do that other one. This one last time. I feel like that'd be pretty okay. There we go. What a lovely day for a date. We walk out side by side, Pastel with his hands stuffed into oversized pockets. So cute. He's in the perfect position to be clinged to, but I must refrain. I doubt he'd be comfortable with me hanging all over him in broad daylight. Besides, there's no need to jump into such over affections just yet. When we reach the cafe, Pastel orders us some donuts to share. I wonder what else he has planned. He only mentioned hanging out. Who knows what that could entail? Munching away at our breakfast, I study his face for clues. I don't think he could really... Is it really possible to know what you're gonna do based off of somebody's face? I don't think that's really gonna help you out there, Periwinkle, but you do you, Sheaf. You do you. He's really so cute. I remember the choker. He wore it on our first date as well. Oh, I didn't realize he had the choker on. With the little candy on it. And that's the same beret he left behind after one of our sleepovers. Such pointed choice in accessories. And now all my staring has embarrassed him. You're too easily flustered, my sweet. You're gonna do your own thing? This candy shop worker justification is outlandish. Yes, it is. If you saw your face, yes, it is. If I saw your face, I'd immediately know your whole life. That's kind of scary. but also because you generally gotta go do something. Okay, Kenzo, good luck with your thing. I salute thee. But remember? What shall I need to remember, Kenzo? Do tell, do tell. Candy store owners are the spawn of evil. Wow. Strong words from Kenzo. Forgive me for staring. I was trying to intuit what you might have planned for us after this. Oh, nothing in particular. Wandering around town is enough for me. I see. Loitering does facilitate conversations quite well. As long as we're out and about, we won't end up, Oh, is he going to say it? You know. Of course not. I actually like when we get to talk. I mean, not that we don't when I sleep over, it's just a different kind. True. Sorry, now I feel like I'm talking too much. Not at all, my sweet. I have to say, I really enjoy our chats as well. Even if you can't resist cutting them short once we're behind closed doors. I'm really sorry. He's simply too much fun. But this is no time for my usual teasing. I can't forget what brought us here. This is the perfect opportunity to become more deeply acquainted. Deeply acquainted is one phrasing. I can't decide on like the volume of my mic, so I keep talking into it a little bit too loudly, I think. I'll learn about Pastille so that I don't end up crossing that line again. In the interest of defining boundaries, are there any subjects I should avoid bringing up with you? On that note, has there ever been anything I've said that's caused you discomfort in the slightest? Please don't hold back. Nothing really comes to mind. I mean, I've always felt pretty comfortable around you, so we could probably talk about anything and I'd be okay with it. And it'd be okay. Anything, really. Surely you must have some sensitive topics you'd like to avoid. I guess so, but I wouldn't really be worried talking about them with you. Actually, you might be the most attentive person I've ever met. Maybe that's why I'm not worried at all. I'm glad to hear that. But you've certainly piqued my curiosity. What kinds of sensitive topics, if you don't mind me asking? Like, for example, you've never made me feel weird about gender stuff. I'd certainly hope not. That one's a bit sensitive for me as well. See, that's why it feels okay to talk about with you. That's why it feels okay to talk about with you. There we go. I somehow misread, like, I think I read it correctly the first time, and my brain just, like, told me that I didn't. I'm, well, not very masculine, so I get mistaken for a girl every now and then. Not that it's something I get mad about or anything. I've always dealt with it ever since I was little. Still, I think it bothers me in particular since, well, you know, I'm intersex. Right. I want to be recognized as a boy, but I like wearing feminine clothes too. Yes, that's it exactly. I feel the very same. Right? Like, I don't want to be limited to presenting only one way, even if I'm fine with boyish clothes too. For me, it's simply about looking beautiful. I dress to fit my ideal. It's not a matter of gender, but aesthetics preference. These are the clothes I feel best in. You, look really good in them too. Why, thank you, and I must say, your sense of style never fails to impress. I'm glad you like it. Pastel sips his drink while Periwinkle continues. When I was young, I didn't have the confidence to dress so beautifully. Can you even imagine it? You without confidence? No, I'm not sure that's possible. Right? I suppose I was a different person back then. Where I grew up, things were much more black and white. You were either a boy or a girl, and you had to dress accordingly. That sounds harsh. It very much was. I was completely miserable. Perhaps it's because I came from that sort of environment that I wanted to be known I looked this glamorous as a boy. Not to say that this is easy for any gender, I only wish for my efforts to be acknowledged. I think that's just your competitive spirit again. See, you truly understand me. They laugh together. Periwinkle relaxes into his chair and finishes his drink with a big smile on his face. That's what is right now. That's what is right now. And you're bonking yourself. Do not bonk thyself. Bonking yourself is no good. You're gonna get a bump on your head. Just like me when I accidentally hit the top of my head on random items. It happens more often than I'm comfortable with. Like when I open a cupboard in the kitchen. And then I just get... You feel weird? I'm sorry to hear that, Yuki. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say to make you feel better. I want to make you feel better, but I don't know what to say. No! You will do well. You will do fine. You don't feel bad, but you feel weird. What do you usually do to unweird the feeling? Maybe you ought to do that, you know? Something simple, something small. A little distraction here and there. That's really the only thing I can suggest, unfortunately. Usually there is no weird feeling. I suppose that's true as well. Maybe you should pet your cat and then you'll feel not weird. I'm not too sure though. That feels like something that could work. Your cat isn't with you? Well, go get him, I guess. You're not feeling sick, are you? Is it like emotional weird or just like physical weird? Because if you're feeling sick, that's also not good. Pastel and I departed from the cafe and make our way down the street. With no, it doesn't matter. I think it does. We'll speak of this later then. I'm sure you'll get through it though. You're a strong little elf. With no destination in mind, the details of our surroundings, things I've never really paid any mind to, make themselves known. Aromas from the bakery, the flower shop, the pâtissier, each distinct and enticing. I'm left with a peaceful feeling as we pass each of them by. Now there's a fun idea, a scent that transforms over time, giving you a sense of but I shouldn't be thinking about work while I'm on a date. I turn my attention to Pastille. With gender thoroughly discussed, next personal question would have to be... Oh, sexuality. Which type of partners gets you the most hot and bothered? Shh, you can't just shout those words out in the middle of a crowd. Oh, who's even listening? I certainly wasn't shouting. Please don't talk about that stuff too loudly. People will start giving us weird looks. Shall I whisper it into your ear then? That's even worse. Now who's shouting? Pastille glances around, but despite his outburst, Periwinkle was right. No one had turned their way. Sorry, I guess it's okay. Feel free to stop me if I'm being too much, yes? There's nothing wrong with being a little too much. He likes the feeling that Periwinkle gives him, which is, overwhelmed is the description that was previously given. A certain type of overwhelmed. I imagined you'd say so. Returning to the topic at hand, I've been with all sorts of partners. I'd say I can appreciate just about anyone. But I must admit, I prefer witch boys above all others. I would also say witch boys. Oh, care to elaborate, my sweet? Nope, that's all I have to say on the matter. I'll have to tease it out of you later then. Ah, I'm not gonna scream that out. We follow along the twisting streets of the shopping district, looking in each of the windows as we pass them by. I wish there were like a decent shopping district where I live. There's not really much to look forward to where I live. What about you, Yuki? Is there like little shopping places nearby to where you are? Any cool little places? I think the only really cool... There's a lot of... I do have, I guess, if I wanted to do something, the only thing there is to do where I am is just go somewhere to eat. There's a lot of little... There's a couple of cafeterias, I think. Cafes, I mean, not cafeterias. And a couple of other... Oh, there is bakeries. There's like 2 bakeries I know of. Haven't gone to either one of those, to be fair. And then there's just like other small restaurants. But that's about it. If I ever want to go window shopping, it would have to be at a mall, basically. A mall that's basically running... not run down, but not really doing too well. Bugs? You get bugs to look forward to? I mean, bugs can be interesting, I suppose. Bugs. Just bugs. Yuki and the bugs. I can imagine it. I would be too scared to get near them. I get scared of bees of all things as well. And they don't even bother you half the time. They're just going around. Every time I see like a bee, I'm like, I'm cautious. I'm super aware of them. Because I'm a little scaredy cat when it comes to any insects. Even freaking ladybugs scare the hell out of me. But maybe that's just me. This is my favorite part of town, filled with all the high-end boutiques you could dream of. The mannequins from one of them catch my eye, and I lightly grab Pastel's sleeve to draw his attention. You'd look so good in that, don't you think? Really? I don't know if something so extravagant would really suit me. Nonsense, you could pull it off. The accents match your eyes. I guess so. Guess they do. But you'd look great in that one too. Oh, and that one. You're pointing to everything. Yes, well, the alternative would be to say that I'd like to see you in nothing at all. Do you go clothes shopping often? You have such a variety of cute looks. Oh, every now and then, but I can't afford the kinds of stuff they sell here. It is rather pricey, but the brands are worth it. I really don't know anything about fashion. I just end up picking whatever stands out to me. As it should be. You're better off not becoming obsessed with these things. It certainly isn't easy on the wallet. I'll leave the brand name stuff to you then. You seeing them is enough for me. Oh, just seeing them? Not stripping them off me? After our little fashion circuit, we end up near the cafe where we'd started. I've certainly worked him up enough to take him home right away, but that would mean cutting our date short, and what a shame that would be. I skip ahead of Pastel and twirl around to face him. There's somewhere I'd like to take you. Huh? Sure. I realize I've seen your workplace, but you haven't seen mine. It's a little apothecary I sell my magic to for distribution. An apothecary? I thought you sold perfumes. Technically, that's all they are. I don't claim they deliver any lasting health effects. They're more for healing the mind. Anxiety, stress, and any other unpleasant feelings can be lifted away with just the right aromas. It's more effective for some than others, but for those sensitive to such things, it can make quite the difference. Huh. And now I fear I bored you with all this uninteresting work chatter. No, that's not it at all. I was just thinking. It's really admirable that your magic can be able to help people like that. Admirable? Selling candy, I think, makes people happy too. Maybe that's what's fun about it. Not that I'd ever claim our candy is healthy either. If anything, you might get cavities. The witch who owns the apothecary really likes the sample I passed along to her. Perhaps she'll ask to distribute your candies as well. My boss would never agree to that. Anyway, I'd be happy to see it. Lead the way. That's right, the boss's name is Syrup. I forgot about that. Very well, follow me. I don't remember what the candy golem girl's name was. It may have been Gumdrop or something like that. Something Drop, probably. God, I really need to remember these names, even though I know it's been like months since I've played Syrup and... I forgot the name of the game. It had Syrup's name in it, though. I remember that much. Good story. Good little story. That game was. When we enter the apothecary, it looks to be completely empty. Astragalus usually sits in the back room, consumed in her work until she hears the chime of a customer entering. If you asked me, she could really use another helper to liven up the place. But I suppose the hustle and bustle of an ever-busy shop would have its own setbacks, yeah. I mean, assuming that girl pays a lot for homeboy's perfumes, she might be spending a little too much money to hire somebody else. Feel free to look around. I'm going to go and greet the owner. Sure. Periwinkle leans over the counter to peek into the back room. Astragalus, you have a customer. Oh, Periwinkle, didn't expect to see you back so soon. I brought Pastille. We're on a date. Okay. She looks over at Pastille, who waves when he notices he's being washed. Astragalus turns back to Periwinkle. I take it you decided not to heed my advice. What advice? Why bother coming to me if you're just gonna do whatever you want? Well, whatever. Is there a reason you're here? I thought I'd drop by to give you a little update. As you can see, everything is fine now. Sure, very normal of you to suddenly bring one of your dates here. Is it not? I visit you all the time. Yeah, not for stuff like this. Anyway, I wanted you to meet Pastille. You know, I feel like Pastille's becoming more than just like a one-night stand kind of scenario. Or whatever they call a casual relation. That's what they mean. What I mean. I can't even get my words out right. Pastille, come over here. Startled by suddenly being called upon, Pastille fumbles the bottle he was holding and it crashes onto the floor. Hey, you break it, you buy it. Sorry, I can fix it. Pastille sweeps the pieces of the bottle into a pile along with its powdered contents. He holds his hands over the pile, now glowing with magic, and the three of them watch as it reassembles perfectly before them. Impressive. He's done it so quickly. There, good as new. Bring it here. Sure. Sorry. I can't help but feel I've put Pastille in yet another uncomfortable situation. Damn, can't even tell it was ever busted up. This kind of magic your specialty? Not really. I only learned it because I thought it'd come in handy. Huh. Astragalus continues inspecting the bottle and then takes it into the back room without saying another word. Wow, I suppose she was impressed too. Is she mad at me? I can't really tell. It looks like you were spared today. That spell really saved you. I can't believe I did that. I'm not usually this clumsy, I swear. Oh, but wouldn't it be adorable if you were? Pastille the Klutz. No, I'm just gonna go wait outside. Don't be too harsh on yourself. I promise you made a better impression than you think. Pastille walks out of the apothecary and I lean against the counter, waiting for Astragalus to re-emerge from the back room. But when she does, it's with a bag full of... well, I'm not quite sure. Where'd your boyfriend go? You shouldn't call him that. Might I ask, what is it you're holding? Busted lamp. I've been meaning to glue it back together myself until I saw the opportunity to save myself the trouble. How offensive. Take it to a repair shop like everyone else. Nah, waste of money. You better keep that boy around. He's useful. You've certainly changed your tune. He's cute. I get a good vibe from him. Anyway, bring him back in sometime so I can get this lamp fixed. Got it? He won't be doing that. Seriously though, where I'm from, we were taught that you can tell a lot about a witch from their magic. And his, very empathetic, very empathetic, sincere, compassionate, empathetic. Empathetic. Why am I like that word is for some reason like troubling me. Empathetic. There we go. Very empathetic, sincere, compassionate. Well, you aren't wrong, but how can you judge that sort of thing after witnessing one little spell? Huh, wouldn't you like to know? I don't need your superstitions. I have a date to get back to. Alright, have fun, Periwinkle. Oh, I very much intend to. Smiling to himself, Periwinkle strides confidently out the door to where Pastel is waiting. Hey, do I still need to pay for that bottle? She didn't mention it. Phew, I'm glad I could fix it. I was worried it might be expensive. You never told me you were so good with magic. As I recall, you said you had been living without it? Yeah, mostly. I won't get into the reasons why, but I got back into studying it recently. Astraculus certainly thought you were talented. I'm impressed too, of course. Thanks. If only I could use magic to stop myself from being a klutz. Oh, you are embracing that nickname now? No, please just go back to saying my sweet. Ah, if you like that one so much, I suppose I have no choice. I just meant... Never mind, don't call me anything. Oh, Pastel. Poor little Pastel can't handle a nickname or two. We resume our stroll around town. This time, it's Pastel who takes the lead. He seems to have some place in mind, but hasn't said as much. He merely takes my hand and leads me up a labyrinth of stairs. And once we reach the top, a gust of wind swoops through the trees overhead, showering us with flower petals. Ah, peach blossoms. It's nice, isn't it? I can't help but think you're trying to tell me something right now. Huh? Don't you remember? My aphrodisiac was also peach-scented. Ah, I wasn't thinking about that. I just was trying to think of other places we could go, and this one came to mind. It's lovely, very romantic. Straight out of a shoujo manga, honestly. How does he know I'm weak to such things? We don't have to stay. I mean, we've already walked around so much. It's okay if you want to head back now. Not to do things, I just mean... I'm gonna stop talking. Pastel. Yes? You've presented me quite the conundrum. If I kiss you now, you'll definitely want to return home with me as soon as possible. But I wasn't done learning all about you. I'm not ready for our date to end. Oh, that is a conundrum. Yes, you see, both options are equally appealing. However can I decide? Well, it's still light out. Maybe we can hold back until after dinner. Or I could have you for dinner. On the other hand, you bring up a valid point. Holding back it's fun in of itself. Do you expect me to recover after what you just said? See? This is quite fun. It's decided then. The date continues. I give Pastel a moment to calm himself. We walk up to the railing and look out at the town. You can see Atalar's suites from here, and the train station next to it. My house is somewhere in a row of similar built homes, inconspicuous. Fallen petals litter the bricks at our feet, with every little breeze carrying a few more over the railing to land somewhere unknown. After watching them for a while, I turn back to Pastel. Tell me about your magic. Okay, what do you want to know? Your specialty, dear. If you were that good at reconstruction, I imagine it must fall somewhere in that category. Not really. I'm actually an astral witch. My, how rare. And what exactly does that entail for you? Well, I mostly use it for fire spells like anyone else. Forgive me, I'm not well versed in magic theory, but doesn't astral magic have something to do with creation? It does, but that stuff is pretty advanced. I haven't been able to find books explaining how to use it. Which is probably for the best, actually. No one should be allowed to go around creating souls spontaneously. He says that because, spoiler alert, that candy golem girl I was mentioning, yeah, he kinda did that. He kinda just created a whole creature. All for the purpose of giving Syrup an extra friend, which was, that game really was, it really did have a good story to it. If you ever want to check it out, I would suggest it. I would suggest any Nom Nom Nami game, to be honest. They're all very cute and very just well storied. The stories are just cute and fun. Pastel rubs the back of his neck, looking off into the distance. He seems so troubled by the subject. I suppose because he had been living without magic, it may feel strange to openly discuss it. An astral witch, though, I wouldn't have guessed. Putting two and two together, one might make perfect sense now. So the famous Atalar's sweet golem was your creation? Is she really that famous? I'd expect our sales to be a little better if that were the case. But yeah, just don't go around telling everyone. I don't know what I was doing when I made her. What an amazing feat, and yet you sound almost ashamed of it. It's not like I regret it. It's not like I regret it or anything. Gumdrop is really great. Her name is Gumdrop. I feel bad that she's stuck in a body with so many limitations. Like, she didn't ask to be made that way. I didn't know you could even make golems that felt real emotions, so of course I never considered any of that. Sorry to go off about it. I've just been feeling guilty lately. Kind of a heavy topic. No. Thank you for telling me. It's as if I've discovered a whole new side of you today. I'm grateful to you to know it. Thanks for listening. I don't get many chances to talk about things like this, so I'm grateful for it too. Hearing you speak of her though, I'd love to meet this golem of yours one day. Sure, maybe one day. Pastel is amazing. I've never met anyone who would downplay their talents this much. I could ask 1,000 questions and still only scratch the surface. My, now I'm the insatiable one. How the tables have turned. We decide it's time to move on and descend the stairs from whence we came, still chatting endlessly as we decide where we'll wander next to. Over dinner, Pastel opens up a little more. We trade anecdotes, listening intently to each other's stories, no matter how unremarkable the events told within them. I would never tire of it. I was hooked by his every word. Alas, the hours flew by, and our days together was quickly approaching its end. But now we had the whole night to look forward to. The sun was on its way down as we emerged back onto the street. The atmosphere is so different than it had been just a short while ago. Pastel brushes his bangs aside and asks, do you want to head back? It's starting to get late. Have you waited so patiently to be able to say that? You've waited so patiently to be able to say that. It's not like you weren't thinking of it too. Let's go through the park. It's a shorter walk. Sure, after you. Periwinkle extends his hand, which Pastel takes without hesitation. Under cover of dusk, they walk toward the park with fingers gently intertwined. This park during twilight hours is nearly always deserted. Tonight is no exception. We had the entire place to ourselves. This way I can cling to Pastel all I want, and on top of that... What are you smiling about? Finally, no one's around. We can talk about all the inappropriate things we want. I knew there was something dangerous about taking this shortcut. It's okay then, right? No one will overhear your lascivious confessions. Okay, what do you want to know? Oh, I didn't think you'd actually agree. I don't have anything prepared. What, really? How anticlimactic. Unless you're dying to tell me how much you love being domed. I'm not gonna say that. Any fetishes then? I have experience with all sorts, you know. This is too much. I need to sit down. Pastel begins his retreat to a nearby bench. Ah, are you perhaps into fooling around outdoors? That's illegal. Only kidding. Periwinkle follows Pastel to the bench and sits down beside him, leaning his head on his shoulder. Your sweatshirt is so warm. Are you upset with me for suggesting such a scandalous idea? No, but if you cling to me too much, I'm worried I might change my mind. I wouldn't want to compromise your morals, but I'd also hate to let go. Pastel laughs at that, resigned to his fate. The pair sits in comfortable silence for a while, listening only to the sounds of the fountain before them. Periwinkle can start to feel himself being lulled to sleep by it, and so he tries speaking up again. I don't know what it is about you, Pastel. We've talked all day, and yet I still don't feel like it's enough. I didn't expect to be out this late either. It just kind of happened. This was all supposed to be foreplay, wasn't it? Forgive me for putting it so bluntly. I guess it was. Pastel, we have to get back to my place so I can fuck you. Okay. I mean, if you're... Damn, Periwinkle. Like, I know Periwinkle is straightforward about things, but, like, even that's a bit much for me. Having to be the one to read this out loud. It's just... We have to get back so I can fuck you, bro. It's such a wild thing to say. Just... I don't know. That's funny as hell. You really are being so blunt right now. We have to. It's the entire purpose of foreplay, isn't it? How could you have let it go on this long? We could head back right now? Yes. You're gonna have to stand up first. In a moment. But trapped in their comfortable position and on that bench, Periwinkle is unable to stand in the end. Instead, he falls asleep to the sounds of the fountain and Pastel's beating heart. Bro just fell asleep. Chapter 5. Stifled Emotion. Periwinkle wakes up in his bed the next morning. Alone. Pastel? No response. No evidence of him either. None of his clothes lying about, no blankets out of place. I'm wearing pajamas, though I don't remember changing into them. In fact, I don't remember coming home at all. Did I fall asleep then? I vaguely remember being carried, but... He pauses, and then suddenly throws the covers off himself and leaps up from bed. He truly isn't here? And he changed my clothes? Was I conscious for that? I fell asleep before we could fuck? Yes, you did. Periwinkle paces around his room, desperately running through the events of the previous night. We were on our way here. We stopped to rest, but I was so comfortable that This is unheard of. This is the first time something like this has ever happened. We had such a nice day together, the perfect date, really. It should have ended with a bang. Normally, it would have. We both very much wanted to. So how could I have let myself fall asleep like that? No, there's no need to panic. I simply lost track of time. We had been walking around all day. Of course I would be worn out by the end of it. I should have accounted for that. A simple mistake. One that completely nullified all the tension I had so gradually built up. Have I gotten lost in the performance then? The romantic flourish meant only to heighten the intensity of the passionate night to come. It's roleplay, pretend. The only thing genuine about it is the lust that it masks. For me to have reached a point of satisfaction before the intended finale would mean... Yeah, bro has some troubles with his emotions, I think. With commitment, maybe. With the actual romance part of romance. It was just a legitimate romantic date. Periwinkle stops in his tracks. He turns back towards his bed and crawls under the covers, wrapping himself up in them. Have I ever had one of those? I mean, I certainly don't expect every date to end in sexual encounters. Sometimes a partner just isn't ready or something comes up. Isn't that sex was owed? No, it's that we never even reached the bedroom. That's never happened. Look at how plushy he is. Ah, that's so cute. So cute. The thought sinks in. Periwinkle slowly unwraps himself from his blankets and sits up in bed. Overreacting. Yes, I'm merely embarrassed that I had to be carried home and tucked into bed, to be taken care of like that. Usually I'm the one who takes care of things. Now I just feel ridiculous. Something isn't right here. There has to be an explanation. It's safe to admit at this point that I'm very sensitive to matters that involve Pastel. But where did that begin? It couldn't have been started just the other day. Things were relatively normal, though I was seeing him quite often, more so than other partners in the past. This has progressed too far beyond casual. What could have caused this? He thinks for a moment before walking out of his bedroom with purposeful strides. Going immediately to the bookcase, he tosses a few things aside and pulls down the box of his favorite perfumes. bro has to calm himself down a little. He then carefully extracts the bottle filled with pale pink liquid. You must be the culprit. This aphrodisiac, no, love potion. I wanted to see Pastel's reaction when I called it that. An inconsequential little joke. But it's kept coming up. There must be something to it. Could the peach blossoms yesterday have further amplified its effects? Yes, it all makes sense now. Whether it be about my own magic or some kind of chain reaction with pastels, I've somehow unintentionally created a scent that invokes romantic obsession in witches. Okay, I think bro's tweaking out a little bit. He's overthinking it. I would say a little bit at least. There's research to be done. I have to put an end to these artificially inspired feelings. I'll create the anti-aphrodisiac then. Something to cancel out its effects. At which point everything will go back to normal. There's no problem at all. Convinced by his new theory, Periwinkle dresses himself and heads out to find a solution. Let's just go normal, I think, this time around. I head directly to the potion supply shop just a few blocks away. It's brimming with reference materials, though I usually only come to purchase magic containers, the vials to hold my perfumes. Navigating these shelves of spell manuals and encyclopedias, I find myself somewhat overwhelmed. But soon the shopkeeper comes to my aid. Amaretti. I feel like I've seen her before, but she might be a completely new character. Good afternoon, Periwinkle, and what might you be looking for today? New bottles, a book, or perhaps me? Amaretti. It's lovely to see you, but I'm strictly here for business. Playing the professional today, I see. You're a loss. Few witches have ever come close to my level of flirty energy, but Amaretti is one of them. We may have fooled around at a party once or twice, but who's to say? As much as her company would be a welcome distraction, I'm afraid removing my self-inflicted curse takes priority. There is actually something you can help me with. But first, would you happen to know anything about aphrodisiacs? Ah, aphrodisiacs. Magic that sways the heart, stimulates the libido. They do end up being classified as dark magic because of the manipulative aspects, but a few popular spell books happen to contain instructions for consensual usage. Is that what you're looking for? Yes, rather, assuming those books also contain instructions for canceling the effects. Did something go wrong in the bedroom? You can tell me, nothing to get embarrassed about. No, it's much more complicated than that. Which spell books did you say I could find this information in? I'd like to look through them if possible. You're lying to me, aren't you? You just want to learn these spells to spice things up in the bedroom. Not everything is related to sex, Amaretti. Listen, can you blame people for assuming everything is related to sex when it comes to you, Periwinkle? Love then? No, you aren't the type. Come on, why won't you just tell me? I can't help you if you won't give me any details. All I want to know is whether or not aphrodisiac included feelings of romantic love or can be nullified. The details aren't important. So it is love. Why does she insist on wasting my time? A large resounding thud from down the aisle startles both Amaretti and Periwinkle. The pair turns to see a much shorter witch stumbling there, fuming. Ah, if I have to listen to you two ignoramuses babble on for another second, I'm going to lose it. There was another customer here? How long have they been listening? First off, stop conflating aphrodisiacs and love potions. They're entirely separate categories. A witch who sells potion supplies should have at least known that much. You sell a whole book about it right here. She gestures to the thick tome she had slammed onto the floor at the beginning of her outburst. So that's the one I was thinking of. You'll find everything you need to know about canceling your love spell in there, Periwinkle. No, you won't. He won't? Because it's not a freaking love spell to begin with. I find it majorly unlikely someone's able to pull off a spell like that when I've been trying for literal years. Well, thank you. That certainly answers my question. Since you're familiar with these things, I must ask, if not a lust spell, could it have been a side effect of some other type of magic? Rose is gonna be like, no. No, it's not. Ha! A side effect. You think it's so easy? It's so easy it could be tacked on just like that? Placebo effect is more like it, in which case all you need to do is stop thinking about it, and it go away, dumbass. Oh, really? That saves me so much trouble. Thanks for the advice. If that shopkeeper would have done her research. The witch's angry shouts fade into placated mumbles as she storms out of the shop. You handled that so well. You should work in retail. Oh, so I'm the one in need of a new career now? After that exchange? Emeraldy gives a nervous laugh and steps away to return the spellbook to its proper shelf. After bidding her farewell, Periwinkle exits the store and begins his short walk home. Well, now we know... Well, he knows what's obvious, which is that it's a placebo, because of course it is. A placebo. Of course it was just a placebo. I should have thought of it sooner. There was never any cause of alarm. And this is just like before. It has nothing to do with Pastel. He just happens to be the one my mind is fixated on. It's precisely as the temperamental little witch said. If I stop thinking about him, the problem will resolve on its own. And so, I must take a few days to focus on myself. You changed your battery? Good? I don't know your battery for what, but good. Good thing you changed your battery. I would ask for what? Oh, brain battery. I didn't know you were a little robot. Android Yuki. Needing a change of batteries. Who knew? Who knew? But I'm glad you are doing that. It is good for the brain. Silly, silly Yuki brain. At least I can find my way out of this odd state I've ended up in. You don't need it? You still did it? Well, it's always a good practice, I suppose. Operation 1. Stop thinking about Pastel, Day 1. Let's see. The optimal distracting task would be work, of course. Perhaps I could begin with the transforming aroma I thought of yesterday. But that idea came about during our date. I should be avoiding any and all memories tied to him at the moment. This may prove more difficult than I anticipated. You made smoke? You made smoke. Does that mean you lit something on fire or that you went out for a smoke? It made smoke. Oh, it made smoke. Sorry. I don't know why I read that you made smoke. I'm... Sorry about that. It made smoke. Like in those cartoons. But that's usually when your brain is fried. And I don't think your brain was fried. Are you sure you put in the batteries the right way? Maybe you put in the batteries backwards at first, and that's why it smoked up. No matter. I'll just warm up with a nice bergamot scent for now. I don't know what bergamot is. Look at that hand. Painted nails and everything. Periwinkle retrieves a few empty vials from his box of perfumes and readies his wand, but instead of bright green drops he expected, what comes out is a familiar pale pink. Peach? This isn't right at all. He seals the bottle and moves on to the next, which, much to his dismay, yields the same result. A little angry face. Okay, magic is tied to emotions. I mustn't get frustrated. I have to focus. Deep breaths. It never helps to force it. Just imagine the desired scent, and he tries for a third time. And yet, Peach again? This is a waste of supplies, and so much for my attempt at diligence. If I can't conjure other scents, I'll have to find something else to occupy my mind. Housework. I can definitely get some chores done around here. Nothing could possibly distract me from finishing them today. They are the distraction. Oh, that's right. I still had laundry to put away, didn't I? Periwinkle walks into his bedroom to face the pile of clothes he hadn't yet folded. Whenever I tell myself I'll get to it later, I tend to leave it for a few days. But the single large pile he expected wasn't there. Instead, it was split into two, with one half already neatly folded. I don't remember making this much progress. No, Pastel did this, didn't he, when he came to pick me up yesterday? Curses, he's too good. I can't touch this right now. Periwinkle covers the pile of neatly folded clothes with the rest of the unfolded ones in relation. There, one less reminder to worry about. Now I'm going to have to think of something else to do. So far, my attempts at forgetting about Pastel have been completely futile. But that's perfectly fine. No one said it was going to be easy. Ironically, the more you tell yourself not to think of something, the more your mind will be enticed by it. I mustn't let this consume me. I have to find a way to relax. A nice bath should help calm my nerves. Later that evening, I'm feeling so refreshed I could do just about anything. I could try cooking for myself tonight. Now there's a task that'll require my full attention. True and real. Periwinkle opens up the fridge for ideas. A pint of milk, a few cups of yogurt, some eggs, whipped cream. There isn't much in the way of meals, is there? This is why I never cook. But I could try making an omelette, breakfast for dinner. Oh, what fun! Periwinkle cheerfully reaches for the eggs, then pauses. Actually, can I cook without magic? He turns to face the stove. This burner is the kind you'd light with a spell. I'm far too nervous my magic is going to come out smelling of peaches again. Periwinkle slams the fridge shut. Forget cooking. What was I thinking? I'm not cut out to be a chef. Pastel, on the other hand. No. Thinking of him in this delightfully domestic context is especially banned. No matter how much I want to eat his cooking now, he's obviously the type to be good at it. This is depressing. I'm already right back where I started. I'll just order takeout. Periwinkle goes to bed that night utterly incapable of forgetting about Pastel. Damn. Operations, seriously do not think about that boy day 2. You know, it is time for me to go at this time because, yes, stream time is over and I barely ever noticed it. We're not done with the game yet, surprisingly. I'll probably continue it tomorrow because I don't think there's that much left to the story anyhow. And I do have other short games in my files to play in case we do finish this up within like an hour or so of tomorrow. It's been lovely though, lovely and fun. Just what I needed after basically weeks of playing action games, if I'm being completely honest. It was a little bit slightly tiring to be just doing that all the time. I miss just simply reading a little visual novel like that. It was fun. Anyways, my kindred, I bid thee farewell. I hope you have a great... Why are you staring at me like that? What's that stare for, huh? I can't even do my salutations or my goodbyes without you looking at me like that, staring at me like I did something wrong. Hmm. you just can't help yourself, can you? You precious thing. I bid you farewell, alright? I hope you all have a great rest of your mornings, afternoons, evenings, and nights, wherever you are. May the gods bless you. May the stars shine in your honor. And Yuki, if you want to, yip yap for a little while, we can do that. I'll send you a message, I'll send you a message. See how things go, if you wanna. Until next time then. Ta-ta.